The following content are the expressed thoughts, views, ideas, and opinions of the individuals and guests of the Nerds Have Spoken podcast. This podcast may contain adult language and themes not suitable for children under the age of 17. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Please stand by while we wait for the cast of the Nerds Have Spoken. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jason Lowry on the Nerds Have Spoken. They got my partners in crime here just in time. We got Jeremy B. We got Tim Craigface.
In there.
Right. We got Eric Stankface. We got Louis I for Life and Bobby Skullface. How you guys doing?
Hey. Doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. How about you?
Right. So how was your guys' week?
So far, so good, man. So far, so good. Let's start with our special guest, though. Let's go to Mr. Jeremy B. Let's start with Jeremy. Coming in late. You got
Mr. Punctual.
That was on point, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm having a good week. Technical difficulties withstanding, but had a nice 4-day weekend I wasn't expecting or didn't realize I had. That's fun. Mm-hmm. Did a whole lot of nothing today, and get to hang out with you guys.
Nice.
Good, though.
Nice.
How about you, Tim? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Like my week was weird. Like I don't know if I told the story yet, last week. I had some mold in my bedroom, and essentially I now gave the landlord pretty much shit because he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting back on you all that tomorrow," and then the next day he was like, yeah, I probably can't do it. I will probably do it tomorrow. So today I wrote a mail. No hello or nothing. Also no best regards or anything. I just said, okay, look, why just do your job and we go from there. Done. Yeah, yo. Really. I mean, it's crazy with that. It's crazy with that. Otherwise, I'm good, man. I mean, with my airing and everything to have a good air in there, and most of the mold gone with me spraying that shit with deterrent. I can breathe again better on the cuff and everything. So yeah, pretty chill. My dad is back up to a healthy little problem like in the leg area with walking aid and everything, but he's good back on that. Picked up some furniture. Easy going.
Yeah.
So good.
Good stuff.
So good.
Mr. Bobby Skullface. What about you, sir? How was your week?
It was good, man. It was good. I'm busy working on shit and trying to get as much done as possible. I got a little bit of break from work, and I've been watching some shows. I had some good recommendations, so I've been watching some shows. I'm watching Your Honor, which is the best show I've seen in a long time.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. And then other stuff. Just recommend. I watched that Crack documentary on Netflix today.
Yo,
I want to see that.
I heard that thing is crazy.
Oh my god.
Good. It was good. The one part I have a beef with is just that like so I've heard about this a number of times, but like the situation between the Iran-Contra and the hostages and the CIA and Reagan and Nicaragua and cocaine and all of that, but like they just sort of brush over that in 10 seconds.
Wow. Okay, that's an integral piece. Wow. How do you brush over that?
And I'm like, that needs to be a 30-minute segment. Like that's big deal stuff, but whatever. Aside from that, I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, good stuff.
I don't know. You got Queen's Gambit on Netflix on your watch list?
I saw it on there, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know if it's gonna get watched. I will do my best. So here's the thing. I have so if it's a series, it's difficult for me to get involved. If it's on Netflix, it's even worse. So because I don't feel like Netflix produces good content overall.
Okay.
I feel like every now and then they stumble across a gem, right? But I feel like overall they don't produce good quality content. Now, I just watched 2 shows recently. I'm watching Your Honor on Showtime, and I just finished The Undoing on HBO. And when I watched those, I was like, oh yeah, I've been watching Netflix too long. This is what good TV. God, there's actually good quality content out there with great acting and storytelling that's not drawn out for the sense of streams and money. I forgot that.
point. Good point.
Well, they,
Yo,
you know,
their documentaries though. Their documentaries are fire. I got to give them credit for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
so
Last Dance.
some of them are, but then like I'm scrolling through it. I'm like, how does this shit hit my algorithm? Like, oh yeah, don't eat steak, it'll kill you. Don't eat chicken, it'll kill you. Don't eat fucking bread, it'll kill you. I'm like, look, all I want to do is eat chicken and bread.
Right?
Yeah, that's also where I thought, okay, I don't play chess. What the hell? But it's probably enough that algorithm. It's a series. There you go.
Maybe it got confused. Maybe it thought it was Pornhub or something like that.
Dude, does Pornhub have the most, like, the least toxic fan community?
Probably.
Yo, you might be on to something.
Right?
Man, yeah, you might be on to something there, buddy. Good stuff. Lowry, what about you, man? How was your week?
Oh man, not too bad. Let me no, I'm just kidding. I'm sitting there drinking from my truth cup I got from Bobby.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Right. So no, not too bad, dude. Had an interesting week. I ended up getting laid off after 8 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
Which sucks, but I mean, hell, I had a bunch of phone interviews. In fact, I had one about an hour before we started recording, so that turned out
Good
pretty
stuff.
good.
Good stuff.
Kind of hanging out. That's all this week. Just chilling. Not too much.
that's
Got a
good.
new laptop tonight. I'll have to share that on the page. It'll be pretty interesting. So,
Take that employment.
right? Yeah, I'm actually gonna set up to where I'm setting up an LLC to be a subcontractor. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. Sometimes
I'm
you got to take one step backwards to take 2 steps forwards, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So that's
hey,
what I'm
oh, hey.
doing now.
Oh, hey, Jace, you said you're hiring? Are you hiring?
Tim trying to get in the country. You want a green card.
Yeah. Hey, you never know, dude.
Yeah, you got
I
a
got a
technical
lot of
draftsman right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
So yeah, that was pretty much my week.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, my week wasn't too bad. My youngest is in the hospital, dealing with the pain crisis. This is common with children with sickle cell. This is by far the worst one she's had, though. So
Mhm.
it is taking longer to manage this pain crisis. It had got to a point where it was a little rough for her to walk without wincing and stopping in her tracks. So we did our best to manage it from home as much as we could, but it hit that 5-day mark and it didn't really get much better. So we took her in on Friday. Actually, my wife is there with her now, and I'm here with the oldest. And it's been a roller coaster, man. Her pain level has gone up a little bit. So now it looks like instead of them coming home tomorrow, it may be Thursday or Friday before I see them here at the house. So I'm gonna have to head out to the hospital to go visit them. And it sucks because of COVID. I can't take my daughter, who really misses her sister. So it's all jacked up all the way around. But we know she'll pull through. And yeah, I'm
Takes
staying
a lot
positive.
of the strength to deal with what you deal with, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Hopefully she's all right. Please let us know. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you guys. Just let us know if you need anything. Like I said.
We'll do.
You
We'll
had a
do,
nice,
man.
Daddy
Possible,
Daughter
man.
Day with your oldest
All the
son
best to her.
yesterday.
Thanks. Jeremy, it was hard to hear you there. What did you say?
I said, it looked like you had a nice daddy-daughter day with your oldest yesterday.
I
Mhm.
did, man. I took her to that little hidden gem by our house, which was great. It looked amazing. We got some good pictures. She got a chance to see nature, and she loves science and biology and habitats and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to encourage that as long as I can, because one thing we do know about girls in science is that they lose interest in math and science at the age of 9, and it starts going down from there. So I want to keep reinforcing this so we can have a bright little girl that can help change the world one day.
Amen to that.
Yeah,
Sounds
but
good.
that's pretty much it for me. Ant, what about you, man? How was your week?
Man, my week was okay. I say I'm definitely not complaining, and like I say, thoughts and prayers to you guys with the kids and with the job search and things of that sort. The only hiccup I had this week was trying to put together 3D talks. So
Oh, nice.
But you found them.
that was the toughest part. Well,
You
no,
better-
that was the second toughest part. The first toughest part was actually loading them in my car from the
Yo, I was wondering how he was gonna pull that off.
If you
Man.
got money for 3D talks, you got money for some beard dye, homie. I can see that through the mask.
No.
Oh shit!
I got to keep the grin there. Sometimes I can get a little senior discount. So
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I just lift the top of it. It's like going to the grocery store and buying alcohol is no problem. It's just speaking outside.
What were you gonna say, Bobby?
If it's a hustle, then it's fine.
It's like the toupee. It's a comb over. He flips it over, and he's like, "I got gray, dude." You know.
They say, "Hey, I'll take that little bit of wisdom," as they say, a little salt and pepper.
Mhm.
Say
Right.
it's a wise beard. It ain't fully grayed out. So I got a couple years before that happened, but
They
Mhm.
call that distinguished.
But it looks cool, man. It's nice. It's nicely spread. You got that stripe of black in the center, and then the gray out to the side. It looks good, at least. I mean, you can wear that. It's not a problem.
thanks, man. I'm actually going for the skunk look. So
Because I made the joke, let me embarrass myself too real quick. The other day, I kept having this itch in my ear, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I'm in the kitchen and I'm scratching it. And Laura said, what's wrong with your ear? And I was like, I don't know. And then I grabbed this fucking hair out of my ear,
Yeah.
3 inches long and,
Damn.
and white as the driven snow. And I can't find another one, but that one was making up for any lost ones in there. I was just like,
oh man.
I was like, I had like fucking Dumbledore growing out of my fucking ear.
Jesus.
Bobby, I
You
feel
didn't
the
pull-
pain. I got that fucking hair like pretty much every few months. It's just regrowing all the time. Like at the tip of this little lid on the ear. Every few months, it's just returning. Hard.
Terrible.
Man, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy B's like, yeah.
I can't get one hair on my head, but I got this fucking thing hanging out.
Welcome to the Nerds Got
Thinking
Hair
about-
podcast.
Yeah, dude.
They always look super like they've been through some shit. You know what I mean?
They
They're all
got
like
a story to tell.
Every time the Mormons stop by my house, I'm like, yeah, explain this.
Oh man, and was that pretty much it for your week?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. It's like putting those detox and stuff together. I kept caught up on some HBO Max stuff, so I actually got to watch the Flight Attendant. That's a 8-episode
Nice.
series with old girl from
Kelly
Big Bang
Ripa?
Theory. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
which was actually a lot different than I thought it was gonna be. It was a pretty decent watch.
Okay.
I wasn't upset that I wasted about 45 minutes each, almost 8 hours of watching that show. So
Mm.
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, kind of overwatched that.
Yeah,
Man.
strangely enough, what was it this week? Beth and I, people laugh, but Beth and I actually got hooked on watching. Have you seen The Warrior?
No, I wanted to watch it though.
We,
I think it's added
we
to my
watched
list.
4 episodes last night.
Was it good? Is it good so far?
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It's I mean, you watch Kung Fu flicks all the time, man. So like that's right up your alley.
What channel was that on?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I love HBO
It's
Max.
a Skinamax,
Yeah.
produced, but
I got
Yeah,
to sign
you
up
watch
to that.
Damn right now, bro. HBO Max has been amazing, especially during this pandemic.
Yes, sir.
mhm.
Yeah, I want to sign up to that at the latest with the Snyder Cut. I really want to see that. I'm
I
hot for that.
can't wait for that.
Yeah, me too, man.
Dude, we're gonna do a watch party. Fuck it.
Hey,
Hey,
nice.
I'm down. I'm down with that.
You had to do 4, right? You know that, right? Like it's 4 1 hour.
No. Actually, they just released an article, I believe,
They
today
did.
that it's gonna be a 4-hour movie.
They
Oh,
just
they're-
released it today.
They're gonna release it at once.
It's gonna be one
Oh.
4-hour movie, and it may actually be released at the same time on Blu-ray. It's actually getting a hard copy.
I'm,
Yeah,
buy-
it's getting a,
I'm buying it and I'm gonna stream it.
yeah.
Got that
I'm
double
super
dip.
stoked for that. Like, I hated the
Mhm.
Whedon version. I want to see that toned down stuff. I wanted to see the Snyder version ever fucking since.
Agreed. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Like the only problem I still got with is how the black Superman suit they're doing. It's not with the actual sense from the comic back then with the whole regeneration, and it's got the cape. That's the only weird thing. But I mean, it's fan service, and it's getting at least the real treatment the whole movie. So I'm good with that. Still.
I'm more upset about the lack of mullet with the black suit.
Yeah.
True. Yes.
Maybe we haven't just seen it yet, though.
Got that
Maybe.
business up front, all party in the back, baby.
Yeah, I mean, there was this dude, Boss Logic, with the concepts he's doing that looked right. That looked on the money.
Dude, I'll have to do the Photoshop Yule's head on that costume that did the mullet and everything right now.
I remember when I saw the mullet for the first time, I was like, "Oh, you want to be from Kansas for real?"
Oh, on that
Right,
note, I
right.
mean, Mayfax Superman pre-ordered just.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that
Yeah.
too. That was a must-have.
So-
That was a must-have. So, hey, Ant, you got a question, right?
Yeah, I was actually I was gonna give a shout out to Bobby just on that mask. I was like, the mask is looking great tonight. So and you got kind of like the ventriloquist thing going because you're talking. I don't see those moving.
Right.
Nice.
So this is my pod mask where I can drink and smoke from it at the same time, and
So that's definitely innovative right there.
yeah.
But just a quick question. Would you happen to know what time it is?
It's time to nerd up or shut up. That's what fucking time it is.
That's right, baby. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Ow!
Thank you,
All right,
fellas. Thank you, fellas.
So let's get into
So-
the haul of the week, man. What we got? Let's start. Let's go to reverse way. Let's start with Anthony since he's the last one that's happened.
Come on, Ant. What'd you get?
All right. Well, last week when I last spoke with you guys, of course, I had the same. I don't go looking for stuff. Some stuff comes looking for me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But this weekend, I had to go look for some stuff. So first up, I was lucky enough to cop the Marvel Legends Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. It's not
There you
bad. Like I like the paint on it. Only thing, he has those generic Jordans, but luckily I have a custom Miles
Oh, nice.
with those same J's, so I can easily heat them up and
Nice.
pop them off.
There you go.
There you go.
So happy about that one. I had to throw on a camouflage and be a true hunter this weekend. Got me a G.I. Joe Firefly.
Nice.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Good
So,
stuff.
had some good intel Friday night. So Saturday
Hey,
morning,
my
I
hat
woke up.
matches him right now.
There you go. Yeah, I got a little bit of camouflage going with this crappy
yeah.
lion hat too. So
No.
yeah,
Oh.
you gotta hide when you're a Lions fan. So.
Yo, that's a fact.
Oh,
Bury your head in the sand.
But and then the last two items I got from a local toy show this weekend was the Super 7 Wave 2 Ninja Turtles.
nice.
I got
nice.
Leonardo and Bebop.
Cool.
So,
Have you
Look
broken out
good,
of the box
man.
yet?
Nah.
Say that
not
again?
yet.
I said, did you get them out of the box yet? Or are you just?
Oh no, they're still in there. I opened them
Oh,
up
they
yet.
look good.
I'm trying to hold off. I did open up the Raphael when I got them just to pose them up because I end up selling the other figures from that first wave.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I might wait until later this summer because the next two waves are going to have Donatello and Michelangelo in them. So I
Nice,
kind of want to
nice.
wait till I get at least all four turtles before I start taking them out.
There you go. There you go.
And that's it. It's like, when I go looking for it, I'm only looking for a little bit. When it finds me, it's a lot.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's go to Tim. Tim, what'd you get this week?
Yeah. So I am exchanging Lavender Wave. That has been my shockwave so far. So only to show him and to show the audience. And I went now with the actual shockwave. I went with Cloud9's Shock Blast. I mean, this is just. I mean, is that
Nice.
even the discussion?
Right.
Oh, no, that was nice. I like that color tone.
I mean, that is Shockwave now, right? I mean, with the eye and everything, I feel like the light up feature in the chest is pretty much, I don't know. I don't need that. It's weird. So that is beautiful. That super big chunk of die cast on the side. And shout out to my boy Dan. he brought me on that little sale post on Transformers Selling Unlimited. Was a chap from the United Kingdom, and it was loose and everything, but great condition. All the joints work well, so I'm happy with that, and I'm going to sell this guy because
Where's the backpack?
you can unplug that.
Oh, okay.
You can unplug that and have it way more smooth. So for transformation,
So it's
everything
like the fans toys one.
yeah, essentially. That's also that. I mean, I also learned that this was sometimes thought to be a fans toys knockoff, which would be super idiotic in my book, actually. But I mean, he's great. And second, and I bought that only for review. It's not really for appetite for you guys, but I bought the RC just for that, and she's good. She's good. I mean, yeah. Often when you look at the granny titties, they're just there. But overall, it's I think it's great material, and even on the parts that may break, I don't think it would actually. So I'm good with her, but I get where people are coming from. Hard to pose, but the articulation is there. But it's just the balancing with the backpack and the whole center of gravity, that's a little off.
Yeah.
But I liked her. It's good. At least it's better than Hound, I would say. So yeah, those are mine. I'm still sadly waiting for the Mondo God of War figure for Kratos.
And dudes start to sound like they got Stockholm syndrome. They're like, well, he didn't beat me with the iron this time.
So yeah, I'm waiting on Kratos. Still, German bureaucracy is bad on taxes and also customs. So maybe next week. But yeah. That wasn't for me.
Tim, maybe you can make a new channel on OnlyFans or something to help do that.
Oh my god!
You think so? You think so? Would I need to show myself too? Like
it's gonna be called Silver Daddy Tim.
All right. I mean, certain wrestling people are still doing that with OnlyFans. So
that's true. That is true.
Hey, you never know.
Jeremy B, what about you, bud? What'd you get this week?
Let's see. I got to back up a little bit more than this week. My in-laws visited over the holidays or the.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. No, it was nice. I got away. I spent New Year's down here with Jason and some of the guys. It was good times.
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah, I heard stories.
You know what? They don't even. The actual being in it was so much better than any of the stories. So
yeah, wasn't it?
I bet so.
So my brother-in-law went hunting and got me a G1 warpath.
Nice. Oh, nice,
dude.
Queen. And
G1 Sheridan.
G1 kickback with the box.
Nice.
Cool.
And this is the first time I've held a G1 box in 30 years. Like he could have just got me the box and it would have been like, sweet. I love it. But let's see what else. So we met up with some of our friends for an after Christmas thing. They're kind of the people inside our bubble, and they're friends with my oldest. So we quarantined before the in-law visit, and then they visited after. We did Christmas presents, and they got me a Ninja Turtle fanny pack.
Oh yes.
Lucky.
I love it. That's friendship. That's friendship.
I want to see you wear that at TFCon when
Dude,
we're
I'm
out
wearing
there
it
and pay for some
everywhere.
Yo, I'm so mad that those things made a comeback and dudes are actually wearing them as like over the shoulder purses, bro. Like, don't do it, Jeremy. Please stop. Don't do it.
And put guns in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guns.
That's
$1,000.
that's the new thing. Like if you see a guy with a fanny pack, be concerned.
You never know. Maybe it's a cap gun or something. You know?
They're typically Prada and Gucci and Coach, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to keep the style, you could always put a pair of nunchucks in the Ninja Turtle. Right?
Oh yeah, bare knuckles or something.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it. We'll come up with something, buddy. All right. What else did I get? I got what other things? So Eric found
Cool.
Krang.
Nice.
Like a Krang with the stiff feet and stiff legs and painting chips. And
Yeah, he's
All that. And
Were you able to move his feet yet?
I loosened him up a little bit. I just dipped him
Mhm.
in the water just a little bit. And then I just got this from Eric via Jermaine Sutton. This is,
Nice.
NECA, Splinter, and Baxter. Just
Cool.
got here the other day. So
That's a real good set right there.
I
Shout
agree.
out to Jermaine. He's my homie. He's down here in
yeah, that
Richmond.
dude finds everything.
He does.
All right, so we were just talking about that. All right, here is a Krang paint chip. Right.
Oh,
God.
See it.
I mean,
yeah, it's gone.
I thought you were going to say the world's smallest something or other. I was like, damn, dude.
Oh wow,
Holy shit.
Where were you?
that is
No,
it's the neck
that was
of-
right off the arm or the
Elbow.
leg.
Inner elbow
Mm.
seems to be.
that's
I ended up
a metal
taking
right
some
there.
matte clear coat. I ended up putting on mine before I even moved it, and then started heating the joints up.
Good call there. That's
Wait,
it for me,
I-
guys. Bobby, what about you? What did you get?
I missed what Bobby said. What did you just about to say, Bobby?
I was just saying it's still a NECA product. You know,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
it's still going to have joints that are shitty. It's still going to have paint chipping. It's going to have all of those things that people just forgive for the price. But, and I say that
Mhm.
as a guy that's buying the whole line and super happy with it, but it's
Mhm.
still,
Well,
you know, the same
the
product.
Baxter and Splinter. I mean, that just looking at that in the box gave me the feels. Just like they never
Mhm.
looked like this. They finally look right. How awesome is this?
That Baxter and Splinter, and then I got the Toka and Razor like right after it, and like
Mhm.
both times when I got it out of the box, I just started laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. Like I was like, I don't know why this is so fucking funny, but it's fucking funny, and like laughing in a joyful way. Like
Mhm.
I don't know how else to describe it. Even though it's not, the logic part of my brain is like, this isn't a good thing. You know that, right? Like this isn't a well-made thing, but it just doesn't matter because of how it makes you feel.
It's the childhood coming out, like all the memories. Just
And you
know.
never had it. We never had it. We never
Yeah.
had a Turtles cartoon line that was this expansive.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Agreed. So Bobby, what about you, man? What'd you pick up this week?
I got the Black Series wave, the Mandalorian with Darkseid Ray, whatever. Like it has the Nick Nolte guy and Carl Weathers and you know, like that wave. And I got the Firefly and
Nice.
the Viper, and I got hold on one second. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
I got this like oversized. I guess I bought the wrong thing, but it's fine. It's like this
Ooh.
oversized, limited McFarlane black and white Batman statue,
Oh, that's
Cool.
cool.
Sick.
and it's cool. It wasn't what I wanted, but it's fine. I wanted the little one, but but I I've got a place for it, so it's fine. But it's cool. It's very cool. And I want to say I got something else, but I can't put my finger on it, so let it go.
Nice.
Nice.
Good pickups, man. What about you?
I know what it was. I got a top spin from Sick of You Customs. He did that Rotor Storm I looked at not too long ago. Like
Yeah.
dude, this dude is like he's like a mad scientist.
That's dope. Do you? Oh, he froze.
He froze.
That's not normal.
Yeah, I know.
He froze hard.
That's not normal.
I guess we'll come back to him.
Yeah, man.
I guess so.
Lowry, what about you, man?
All right, we'll come back to him. All right, so I didn't get much this week. I got the laptop, and I'll show you this.
Yeah.
Check this out. So I got a MSI GT76 Titan.
Well, that's a presentation. Total dominance. The desktop
Total
killer.
dominant. So essentially, it's a desktop. It's a laptop. It's an i9 processor, stuff like that. It's got 8 gigs of RAM on the graphics card. Like, it's crazy, like all the stuff that's going on. Oh, we lost Bobby.
Yeah.
Me at the pop. Burgess, send him a message real quick. Me at the pop back in.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, look at this. It's got 4 computer fans on this shit. It's basically a desktop components inside of a laptop.
Is that liquid cooled laptop?
No, it's just like the copper fins and stuff that's all over the place.
No, that's that water from that lady that we covered all the
Yeah.
Like,
Her bubble bath or whatever it was.
That blue glow means it's actually cooled with liquid nitrogen all the time.
Oh, wow.
So, there we go. Bobby's back in here. There we go.
What happened.
all right.
Here. Come
So-
back to Bobby real quick.
And he froze again.
There,
There we
like a mad scientist, man. Like I don't know how else to say it, but he's stepped it up even further. Like the engineering is so complicated that like I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna break anything I look at these days.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. That's what's up. And that rounds you out, Bobby?
Yep.
Cool
Nice,
beans.
nice.
Lowry, go ahead and continue your presentation of the beast.
Yeah, so I got the newer version of this laptop, dude. It's got a 4K 300 hertz screen. This is last year's model. I got the brand new one, and this is for my work purposes.
That's what's
Dude,
up.
it's crazy. It's full HD, like, dude, it's everything. And 17-point-inch laptop, Ultra HD.
So you might say an engineer's wet dream or what?
Pretty much. That's what I ended up getting. It hurt when I saw the bill show up, but for me to do my work, I need it. So you have to do what you need to do. So
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
but yeah,
Looks
that's
good,
pretty
bro.
much it for me, man.
Well, I didn't get much myself this week. I got 2 items this week. I got the Studio 86 Hot Rod, which is
Nice.
a great little figure to mess with. It will be my desk bot permanently until
Have you,
the Minosaur from Magic Square comes up. What were you about to ask?
oh, you know what? I did have 2 things. I'll come back after you. Basically, shout out to Wolf. He got me the same thing that you just showed, and then he also got me a Scourge.
Oh, sweet. Good. You found one. Good stuff.
Yeah, so he got one for me and shipped it out. I'm looking for one more, so if anybody is looking, just let me know. I need one
Crazy
more
how
to
you
round
guys
it up.
get those guys so early. Like we're getting this in April.
Dude,
Dang.
Grimlock is starting to show up in the stores. That next
Yeah.
wave already.
I saw that. I should have it this week. Randy's supposed to get it at his store. So that'd be cool. I'm gonna go in on all the Studio 86 ones, and I'll grab that Cyclonus from the what is the Beast Kingdom? But they are making a Galvatron too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
I just found out through the pipeline, so I can't wait to see that. But
they're
I
also doing the Galvatron in the toy deco as a Generation Selects. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all have at that.
Uh-huh.
Not for me at all. But that's it for me, man. That's it for me. So, Lowry, what we got up next, man?
All right, so I don't know if you guys remember a couple months back. So we got some lighthearted news coming up here. So long story short, this actually wasn't in the notes, but we tackled this before. So I don't know if do you remember a couple months ago we talked about Gwyneth Paltrow and her vagina candles?
Oh god.
Yeah. If you're pulling it up, I can't. There we go. I can't.
I think it's called
There we go.
it's called a vagandal.
Yeah. It's vagina. So apparently, all over the place, like these things are selling like wildfire. And
No, please go back to that first picture. Is
I
that the
know.
actual presentation? Like
That's the
roses getting
presentation.
lighter to the outside in the form of
Yeah.
real.
That's not on purpose. That's good marketing, buddy.
yeah,
That's
right.
good marketing.
Okay, let's call it good marketing. Okay.
Something like
That's good
that.
marketing.
But it was kind of
You
funny
know they
because
like
I
that
was
stuff over
looking.
here, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lowry.
It was funny because I ended up. I knew we talked about that previously before, and then they ended up coming back with this, and essentially what happened was like they're selling like wildfire. I mean, it actually caused fires. The candles candles lighting fire. It's actually catching fire and it was burning like houses and shit like that. So I guess people.
that vagina's fire, apparently.
Yo,
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
bro.
I just love this article. It's like vagina scented candle caused fire. It's like a Darwin Awards waiting to happen.
Erykah Badu did one as well, I think.
Yes, she did. She did.
Yeah.
I
sure
don't
did.
put that shit anywhere near me.
Yeah, I'm good on either one of them. Don't get me neither one.
I mean, come on, that is like the perfect scenario. You know, imagine that girl got a vaginal, and dude's going down on the girl and feels like it's getting hot, and he's like, "Your vagina is getting so hot." Oh yeah, thanks, baby. No, like your vagina is getting hot.
the candle's burning up.
It's just God.
Yeah, you still go down on chicks, Tim?
Sure, all the time. When I get the opportunity,
he's like, "Damn it."
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. So
interesting story, man.
Dude, so the next one, this seems like something Tim K would do. So this 12-year-old kid got busted doing a rave in his school's bathroom. Dude, the kids were like, he was in there, like, he's 12 years old, and all these kids were in there in like the boys' bathroom doing this rave. Like, dude, he had a whole DJ set up and everything.
But why me? Because I look the youngest out of all of you guys, or why?
No, we know you like to party hard. That's all.
Yeah, right.
All jokes aside, this kid was smart, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he has an entrepreneurial bug in him already. This dude was selling tickets and everything, but before the party could even get off the ground, of course, the adults shut it down. He had food set up. He had like refreshments set up in the bathroom. He had the music going. Had a nice little playlist. He had his turntables. I mean, they was ready to rock in the bathroom, though. I'm not drinking nothing in no bathroom.
What time did Mr. Belding bust him? Was it second period?
No shit.
Second period.
Did any of you guys smoke cigarettes in the bathroom in high school?
I never even smoked cigarettes.
Damn, I didn't.
Yeah,
I got caught smoking weed in the bathroom. That was about
There's
it.
no way to get that stink off you for the day.
Yeah, you guys are a bunch of fucking squares, bro.
No, you were smoking squares, bro.
Dude, I was, in between period. Like I remember, like one time I came back from this one class and sat down, like like between classes, and they're like, "You smell like a cigarette." I was like, "Cause I just fucking smoked in the bathroom, idiot."
I mean, somewhere that voice gotta have an origin, you know. Somewhere it's gotta start.
Like a fucking course that smell like one.
There's a reason for that.
If you haven't, if you're just joining the show, we do have a special guest in the building. It's Mr. Bobby Skullface. Everybody, let's give it up for Bobby. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Shout out to Bobby, good friend.
No. Thank you. Thank you for letting me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining
brother.
us, Bobby. So, do you want to go in just briefly for those who may not know you? I know most of everybody who are our friends pretty much know you already, but we do have a couple of our family members who may not have been graced with your presence just yet. So, just real quick, give us a little brief introduction of who you are, what you do, and then we'll move right along.
I'm Bobby Skullface, and I wear the mask because otherwise I'd be Bobby Regular Face, and and like I just had to like take a quick intermission to fill my glass up because I'm like, man, I hate when whenever I'm a guest on somebody else's shit, I always feel this pressure to be funny and entertaining. I'm like, oh man, I better fucking bring it. Let me go get fucked up. Talk about smoking cigarettes in the fucking bathroom. Dude, and then you threw it in the toilet and flushed it. It was like super cleanup, but like but yeah, I got a YouTube channel and I review stuff on there and I do discussion and stuff on there, and it's and then we do some nerd rage podding and that's what I do, talk some shit and that's it. Nothing major. I do some art stuff. I do some charity stuff. But yeah, nothing major.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, thank you for that, Bobby. And I have to say, man, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, especially over these past few years.
Likewise, man.
Just reaching out.
Let me tell this story then. The only reason why I fuck with Eric the way I do is because I was at TFCon Reston and I was getting ready to fight this Hispanic dude that was half drunk outside.
I remember.
I heard that story.
And he was getting like he put his hands on me, I put my hands on him, and then as soon as I put my hands on him, Eric said, "No, there's not gonna be any of that." And Eric's a tall dude. He's a born again Christian or some shit, so he doesn't like, but the Mexican dude didn't know this, so like we had the advantage. And he stepped in, and he was like, "Look, there's not gonna be any of that." And as soon as he stepped in, the dude was like, "Yeah, all right, there's not gonna be any of that." Kind of being on about it, but not for nothing, that stuff goes a long way with me because when people are down to, really stand up for something in the heat of it, that's when you know what time it is. So I started getting closer to him after that incident.
Yeah, man. Yep. And he's been a great supporter of our foundation as well, Kennedy's Village, and supporting us and getting the word out about things that we're doing. He's been a friend and a mentor to many of us here on the show. So I just wanted to thank him publicly, as I always do behind the scenes, but thank him publicly for helping us out in so many different ways. And thanks for joining us, man.
My pleasure.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely been a pleasure for knowing you this long and all this, dude, and all the stuff everybody's been through and all that. It's crazy.
I met Lowry way before anything really popped off on what I was doing. Like I met Lowry at Baltimore Comic-Con at
2013, something like that.
14, but I think you're close, like 14 or 15. And like I had a table and I was like, and I had Transformer artwork, set up on a thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I love this stuff." And I was like, "Well, if you love Transformers," I was like, I just started a YouTube channel, and then he looked over at Bethany and was like, "I fucking told you it was him."
Yep.
And like it blew my fucking mind. And and then I flexed on my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, you see that? People know who I am." You like that?
We got the picture together. And...
I was like, you see who you fucking married?
Weird flex, huh? Weird flex. That's a nerd rage thing.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But
man.
yeah, it's been a while. It's a wild ride, dude. Like meeting Bobby that first time, and then over the years, just Skullfest and many beers, many hangouts, many conversations, family time, stuff like that.
For sure, shrimp seasonings.
Yeah, right. Which reminds me, it's been a while, so I gotta come up there soon so we can get you some of that.
Yeah.
And you're telling me, like, I feel like Takara
it's been a while for you, bro.
So long, man. That's the first time I met Bobby too, and he was like, if anything, he's just a normal dude. He's super cool, But I think like that first funny thing he ever did, like we were on the same floor and I didn't know that. So I was getting out of the elevator and I'm turning right around the corner. And he was exiting his room, and I was like turning around. Oh fuck no! He was laughing up, and then afterwards we were walking towards each other, Terminator style. I don't know how we got to do that, but that was just so fitting. That was
so. I remember I'm meeting you and talking to you for the first time. I was in that restaurant.
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
You just came up to me and gave me a normal hug, like we never did anything else, That was super.
And I remember sitting down at the table, and I was sitting at so somebody was sitting at the head of the table, and then I was sitting at like the right of the head, so it was just the corner, and then my wife was sitting to my right, and all of a sudden this beer slams down at the corner between me and the head of the table. And I looked over, and it's Tim, and he's like, "I got to talk to you about some things." And like,
Jesus.
And it made me laugh because I went to Europe. And it's a flex. I know I don't mean it that way, but I went to Europe and like this I met this British dude, and this British dude was like, I knew you were American or German. And I was like, how? And he was like, because you and your family move aggressively. And that's what Americans and Germans do. So when he slammed that beer between us and just like what the fuck? Then I was like, oh, that must have been what that little British dude was talking about.
Yeah, you told me also maybe you tone it down just a bit. You're like over direct, and you maybe tone it down just a tiny bit. And yeah, we maybe, or especially also me. I'm pretty direct. I'm not pulling any punches.
Americans like, hey, you gonna eat that?
What do you say?
The American style. Are you gonna eat that?
Yep.
Oh man, good stuff, man. Well, again, thanks for joining us, man. We're gonna move right along in our notes. Lowry, what we got up next?
All right, brother. So next we got Eric B in sports. So let me go ahead and add that to the screen. Why don't you tell us about this, Eric?
So this weekend we've had a few divisional divisional games, not championship games, because they're heading there now, man. But who would have thought the Buffalo Bills, 26 years, would be going to the AFC Championship game? I mean, good night. And they took Baltimore out.
Oh, man.
What were you gonna say, Ed?
I don't know what that means, but I don't like the sound of it. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Like, you were saying who would have thought? I was going to say nobody.
Yeah, that's
nobody.
Right?
That's a fact, man. Buffalo has been steadily climbing up or improving year after year, man, especially over these past 3 years. They just keep getting better and better. They found a quarterback that they could rely on. Their defense is better. Their wide receivers are better. So they're keep increasing. And they held the Baltimore Ravens, which I mean was mostly Lamar Jackson, just down to 3 points, man, and they couldn't pull it out.
I blame
He also suffered a concussion in this game too, man. So yeah, it's a wrap for them boys. They got sent packing again. But moving on to the next game, we had the Packers and the Rams play in the NFC divisional game, and the Packers routed Rams, man. I mean, routed. And Rodgers has shown everybody again that he is an elite quarterback. I think he showed the Green Bay Packers, who he thought, and a lot of people thought, they were getting ready to move on from him by drafting that quarterback that they drafted. But he was like, I still got something left in the tank, and I'm going to show y'all. And I wouldn't be surprised that he gets a bigger contract somewhere next year. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he might have one more year left on his contract, but if this doesn't show them that this is a guy they need to ride through until he falls off, then I don't know what to tell Green Bay. But shout out to those bums, because they're in our division, and I don't like anybody else other than the Lions in our division. So.
Say go Pack, go. It's like the Lions suck so bad. I actually root for a team from Green Bay.
Well, they are neighbors. They are neighbors. So this looks like the Packers are going to be playing Tampa Bay. Let's go, Tom Terrific. Let's see if he can pull it off. If this dude wins the Super Bowl, man, I miss you, New York Mike. I miss New York Mike.
Yeah, right.
One for the ages. Oh, yeah, man. If he would have made, if he makes the Super Bowl and he wins it, I want everybody to shut up about Tom Brady and just get that man his respect. Because everybody said, as soon as he leaves, he's not going to be good. He's not going to be good without Belichick. He's not going to go do this. He's not going to be successful. Well, I think this is shutting people up. But hopefully, if he wins the big dance, man, that'll be the end of it.
Yeah. Too bad he won't, but it's okay.
You're a hater. Yo, and then Lowry. No, go ahead, Ed.
No, I was just saying it's too much Michigan love out there. It's like Brady stepped up and was the backup for Kansas City this weekend. Henny.
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, come on now. It's like you guys weren't good in college, but you become a pro, you can do some stuff, huh?
Right.
Listen, man, them dudes was splitting snaps over there at Michigan, and next thing you know, they both headed towards the Super Bowl. But shout out to Lowry for pulling this one up. Looks like that Von Miller from the Broncos, the linebacker from the Broncos, is under a criminal investigation, unfortunately, in Colorado. There's no further details other than the fact that he's just under investigation. Now, it's
Colorado, so
yeah, man. Like when it comes down to the NFL, I have a huge distrust for a lot of stuff that happens in the NFL. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a setup or something that's being put out there just so they don't have to pay that man his bonus and sign him for his team option next year. Because they have until I think March to decide if they're going to pick up his team option or not, and he's scheduled to make a lot of money next year. So I'm hoping that that's not the case, and I'm also hoping that whatever he's dealing with, if this investigation pans out that it's much to do about nothing. But I mean, if he did something he had no business doing, then it's all on him. It's all on him.
Probably smoking.
I mean, he in Colorado, man. And
That's
the
why I
NFL,
said it's Colorado.
they've eased up on the marijuana thing, so it's not too bad now in the NFL. But that's it in sports news.
Nice. So I saw here too. For some reason, this shit's loaded. Wait a minute, we talked about this last week.
We did. I forgot to delete it. That's my fault.
Fucking up.
I had one job.
Right. All right. So, what do you guys think of this? So, there could be talks that, and I'm kind of curious what Bobby has to say about this. So, Chris Evans is possibly looking at returning to Captain Marvel. Jesus Christ.
Wow, ew.
Listen, he already
pain
talking
pills
about
are
his
kicking
ass, man. His ass probably looks better in that suit than
My ass is bigger ass.
You're probably right about that.
I mean, on that note, pretty funny. But did you see the deep fake video of Charlize Theron as Captain Marvel?
Yes.
No.
That looked the bomb.
That actually would have worked.
That works perfect.
And she's got more of an ass.
She's getting up there though, right? Like,
yeah, she is.
Well, she just did that. She just did that Netflix movie, didn't she? Not long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the models. I don't know, what is it called? The Elite? Was it The Elite?
Something like that.
She
Yeah.
started looking like Monster, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man.
Right.
She seems to be aging pretty well. But she is from South Africa, so
yeah,
Maybe that's it.
yeah, she's African American, man.
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, man. What do you think, Bobby? What do you think about?
I fear.
Evans returning?
I'll tell you what worries me. Like, if he wants to, everybody loves him as Captain America, myself included.
Mhm.
He did that role tremendously for close to a decade. Like,
Yeah.
if he wants to return, more power to him. I'd love to see him return. My fear is always that when they find something that works, they're scared to let it go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're doing the Fuzzy.
And then it doesn't continue to grow, and they stop growing it, and they just start doing it. So they repeat and they rinse, and they repeat and they rinse, and they repeat and they rinse, instead of kind of like moving the narrative forward. Like, they announced Fantastic Four. I'd be much more interested in seeing where that goes. I know I'm not entirely alone when I want to see mutants enter this universe, and it's pretty major. So, like, as much as I like him as Captain America, I kind of feel like, he's still around, right? And he's still around in the universe, but like, he kind of left on good terms. Like, I would, he has a happy ending as it is right now, and I'm good with Cap having a happy ending, and let's explore some different corners of this universe.
But what if it wasn't?
Maybe it'll be like Captain. It'll be.
Hold on, Lowry. Hold
Go
on,
ahead,
Lowry.
Jeremy.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Jeremy. Guard. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. What if it was Disney Plus series looking at when the first Captain America, during that time when he had his whole team with him, or if it was the time where he went back, and then those 50 years or whatever between when he went back and was an old man, something like that, to flesh out what we already know, not necessarily continuing on what could be. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm ultimately fine with it. Like, I love him in that role. Like, Captain America is really the only thing that I love about the Marvel movies so far. Like, and I mean, love. I like plenty, but I love him in that role.
Me too. Captain America was my favorite part of the whole MCU ever since Endgame.
Like, I think that Winter Soldier and Civil War and Infinity War are the upper crust of what that franchise has had to offer.
Sure.
I'm not bullshitting you guys. I believe I watched Winter Soldier once 3 times back to back because it's such a good movie.
It's a really good
I
movie.
just don't know I don't know how much more I need. Like, I'm worried about tainting it, I think. Like, I'm so happy with his contribution. If it was almost anybody else, because like Tony Stark, like Robert Downey Jr. has black eyes on his contribution, right? Like Iron Man 2 is kind of fine, and Iron Man 3 is less than. And like there's a lot of characters that have contributed to that franchise that don't have that stellar contribution that Evans has. It's like his name being thrown around is the one that I'm most concerned of, because I'm like, don't ruin the perfect thing.
That's also like what I think. Jeremy also said that maybe a prequel, like somewhere in between First Avenger and the others, or something like that, with the older dudes, or in the 50 years where he went back to Peggy and everything. And I'm like, why not do something fresh and just keep it at that?
Yeah,
it was a happy end. Just let it rest. Just really. That killed Terminator, that now killed Alien. I mean, it's a whole different ordeal, but that stuff it's jumping the shark. It's called that for a reason. Just, do something fresh and let it leave at that. I didn't check out too much other stuff. I didn't check out Wanda and Vision. To me, Endgame is pretty much perfect as the end. If you want to exit this universe, Endgame is pretty much perfect. I didn't watch Far From Home, Spider-Man. So far I let it end with Endgame, and I'm super cool with that.
So like WandaVision is like just to play devil's advocate, and I don't think you're wrong in that, but like I mean I have my own thoughts about Endgame, but I don't think you're wrong in saying that Endgame is a good conclusion to that universe and you can step away with no problem. I agree with you. But Wanda and Vision are two characters that they have not explored. So like I'm okay with them doing side shit with them. Same thing with Winter Soldier and Falcon. It's like you haven't really explored these characters, so dig in by all means. Cap, we've dug in. And we dug in quite well. So like I'm good with leaving that alone and exploring some of the less known, less kind of developed characters in that world.
I want to see it as far as I love that stuff. So I want more and I want more and I want more until you give me more than I need. And then you got Luke showing up in an episode of The Mandalorian, end of season 2. And it's the complete contrast there. Leave Cap where he belongs. As much as I'd like to see more, I still think it would distill or, dilute his ultimate presence in the MCU to bring it back for anything else.
So I was hesitant to bring up Luke, but that's what it makes me think of as well. Like my major issue with that particular episode is not that it's not Luke in and of itself. It's that everybody should be talking about how crazy it is that the Mandalorian decided to unmask and go hard in front of everybody. But nobody's talking about that. You know why? Because Jesus Christ showed up with a green lightsaber and killed a bunch of robots.
I fought for Luke like everybody else, but after I got to sit back and think about it.
Correct. It overshadowed the whole point of that episode. And that's the problem when you start bringing in the nostalgia, is that like, I'm on that Kylo shit, man. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. Like, that's what I'm on. Like, push shit to the next level. Let's see the next thing. We have this foundation that we're all attached to. Let's push the boundary and go further. That's the type of time.
Well, the nostalgia is all for us. It's for our age group. It's speaking to us right now. We've done this for years. It's time to go to the next thing, That's
exactly the thing. I'm super okay with them putting in Luke and having them kind of flesh out this area to Rise of Skywalker and everything. I'm kind of good with that, but I think the balance could be hard to not go just back to the thing everybody knows, if that makes sense. I mean, it's called The Mandalorian, but keep it at The Mandalorian and not too much on Luke and anything else,
The gift and the curse of nostalgia, right?
Exactly.
Like, this whole second season of Mandalorian, which I think is fine. Yeah. But the things that people are talking about, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%.
So that's my issue with it, is that like I want Star Wars to go in new directions with new characters that I fall in love with. That if I see them up in 20 years from now, I get the feels. You know,
it's almost like current modern metal bands, you know, that tend to become kind of a project. It's still called Fear Factory, but it's only that one member that really points down the sound, and it's still got the albums, it's still got the name Fear Factory, but it's not in itself, and that's what the Mandalorian is starting to be. It's Mandalorian. It's about that character. Oh yeah, but we flesh out Luke, we flesh out Boba Fett, we flesh out this, and it's only the overall name. But what does that really mean if you don't keep to that, to that formula? You know,
I agree. It's not a popular opinion to have, but I agree. I think that like Mandalorian with Baby Yoda and Cara Dune, who I have a huge crush on, and Carl Weathers and IG-11, like that squad, I'm like, I want to know the future of this squad. And what do I get? I get IG-11 dying. Boba Fett shows up. Like, you know, it's just like I don't know. It's like I'm just it's that Kylo speech, man. Like the Jedi, the Sith, kill it all. Let's move on to something new.
Lowry, you go ahead and go, and then I'm a bring in the flip side of the coin on this and ask a question. What were you gonna say, Lowry?
No, I was actually gonna mention something about Captain America, what we were talking about before. Like, dude, what if they kind of jumped into the future a little bit and they did kind of like Captain America battle the bedpan or something from the nursing home or some shit like that.
Hey, here you go. I thought you were serious.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Or do things super fucked up, like date Peggy's niece.
Oh, he just had the whole family, huh?
Yeah.
Yo, so I mean, what I was gonna say, well, two things. While we're at Capped, I'll touch back on that. I want to see him in an advisory role if they bring him back, just to help cultivate the new team, maybe help run things from the quote unquote Batcave.
I'm good with that.
Like let's do that role.
Yeah, like let him be the new director of Shield, or not even Shield, like just the head of the new Avengers. You know, just running it from an advisory role.
Especially whoever takes on the mantle of Cap, like if Falcon takes it on or Winter Soldier takes it on, if he is working hand in hand with that individual, whichever, I'd be good with that too.
Yeah,
I think what also could be interesting with Falcon and Winter Soldier could be that Falcon is not actually Captain America at the start of the show. That's one article that went around. Because Endgame ended and everybody was like, "Oh, Falcon is Captain America," but no, he's not. That's like, okay, Cap said, if you're ending up with it, here's my shield. I'm cool with it. But from an official standpoint, he's not yet. So
not yet. Yeah. It will get there eventually. We can tell. But going back to the Luke comment, I think with Luke and the Boba Fett thing, those were just springboards. One thing we know about Disney is that they always got to keep the money coming in somehow. And this was their way to appeal to the fans, to give them their own thing. I think moving forward with this next season of The Mandalorian, it's going to bring everybody back to the true essence of what The Mandalorian was in season 1. And we're going to get Baby Yoda every now and then, probably sprinkled in that season. So I think this is just their way to try to get out those properties, just to get everybody coming into Disney Plus, because they want to sell more subscriptions.
I would love if that was the case. I just want to say that, like, if season 3 was really about the essence of who that character is and what his mission is and the culture surrounding him, I'm all for it. But I feel like even in season 1, like, you know, the Baby Yoda thing was the main marketing push, but then it was heavy on who are these boots? These boots sound like it's the same sound as Boba Fett's boots. They have the same sound. You know what I mean? Like that. And then fucking, you know, we're back in the Mos Eisley Cantina, and like and here's the Darksaber, and you know, like, it's cool. It's just like I want something far away. The one Star Wars thing that I'm excited about is the Acolyte, because it's fucking 400 years away from any fucking Skywalker.
That's also the little bit of vibe I got. You know, they're just in the middle of space anywhere and having the problems with the Darksaber and Baby Yoda and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, oh wow, there's an X-Wing fighter.
Yeah.
on the freeway. Oh wow, look, a fucking Dodge Viper. I've never seen that like in 10,000 years, you know. And then they're on the destroyer, and oh, look, an X-Wing.
I'm like halfway always expecting Chewbacca to pop in from the side. But like, and it's not to say that I dislike it. I don't. A lot of times when I get critical of the Mandalorian, people are like, "Why do you hate it?" I'm like, "I don't hate it. I just think it's average."
Yeah.
That's so much of the problems nowadays. You know, I don't love it. Oh, so you hate it? I didn't say that.
Exactly.
Also with the opinion, you know, I don't think that it is. Okay, you're an asshole. What? Only because I'm not with you on your opinion? Like, what
That's
the
when
hell
you just
happened?
say thank you. Like,
Are you familiar with Mr. Sunday Movies?
No.
Okay, so he's like a mega YouTube star type of guy, right? Like millions of subscribers, the whole bit. But he reviews movies mostly. But like his shtick, one of his, he's a funny dude. I like him. But like at the end of something, like the way that he judges movies is not 1 to 10. It's not A to F. It's not 1 to 5. It's not 5 stars. It's either one of two things: best movie ever or worst movie ever. Because
keep it simple.
that's the only way that the internet knows how to interpret reviews.
Yeah.
So like, but like, there's a lot of truth to that. It's like there's no room for nuance in today's world. It's like it's either the fucking greatest thing ever or it's the worst thing ever. And every time that you're like, it's good, it's fine. If you're like, oh, why does he hate it? I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's not what you said. You're like,
Yeah, it's just the day we live in, man. Unfortunately, you can't be critical of anything and still. I mean, people can't accept criticism. Period. That's just how it is. But it's worse in the day of social media, right? Everything's amplified.
And like
that's always why I say when I say this is trash, it is trash to me. It is not it's my opinion. When I feel, to me, like Earthrise, Run Amok and Runabout, the mold is trash because from the back it's all waffles. To me, it is trash. If you say these are the guys I want, this is exactly how I want them to look, and you are happy, then I'm cool with that. That's all that matters. People need to be appreciative of what they got and also what other people got. If I got them and people are happy for me, that's good. But I'm also happy for what other people have, and just accept that, you know.
And also that you can be critical of something and not hate it.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like my oldest daughter is turning into a fucking weirdo. But I love her.
Okay.
But you still love
her. I love her. I love her, and I love how, and she's strange, whatever. Like, you're gonna be a fucking strange kid. I'm like, thank God you don't have to go to school during COVID because they would chew you apart. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I can be critical of this. Like you made a glove out of felt and wrote your favorite anime characters' names on it. Awesome. But but then simultaneously also be like, man, like you are like my oldest firstborn child. I loved you from top to bottom, but you're fucking weird. You know, like it's not, one thing doesn't mean the other. Like it's like I there's plenty of things that I love that I'm like this I love from top to bottom, and yet this is wrong about it. You know what I mean? Like it's fine.
And it's for so many different things. Like for this Ed 209, I love Ed 209 as a character in general. But the figure itself, Hot Toys just did so many different bad parts with it. The dome being rubber and cracking. Some people had that in mere weeks and it cracked. Or it doesn't even have the real soundbite. It has a Chinese dude saying, "You got 20 crackers to comply." It really has. But this figure is fucking awesome, and the character is just fucking awesome. But you still you gotta keep the nuances. Exactly like Bobby said. Just
you know, Tim. I have to say, as a kid who grew up watching RoboCop, I felt like that was the dumbest character in that freaking movie because, but that was just how I felt. Like as a toy, I think it had the ability to be so much more. When we had them as kids, we imagined so many different things other than what happened in RoboCop. But they made that thing look like the dumbest thing in that movie.
That was intentional. That was intentional. It was supposed to be this super high standard company, and they took this super big fucking robot as the forefront of the army, and they put the weakest point in the front. You just have to shoot in there with a fucking desert. That was intentional. That was 100% intentional by Paul Verhoeven.
just recently, I watched the Nolan Batman films with my kids because my middle kid wanted to see it. So I was like, "Fuck, like, twist my arm and break it, right? Like, let's do it." Like,
Right.
you know, we watched them, and I'm watching The Dark Knight, and at the end, when Batman is standing over the Joker, and Joker is like laying on that like scaffold or whatever, and he's like, "Does it bother you that people out there still believe in good?"
Jesus.
And it's a terrible piece of dialogue, and you know what? I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
okay to acknowledge that something is not good and also say, I love it. Like they're not mutually exclusive, I guess.
Right. Yep,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true. Because most of us still like G1 Transformers in the toon sense, and a lot of people feel like they're goofy. And yes, a lot of the designs are goofy, but I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
And
Yeah.
the toys are dog shit. And you know what I mean? Like by today's standards, you know what I mean? But like when I hold it, it still feels good. When I think about it, the kid, the memories and all that shit still feels good. And that's it's a product of its time. And I don't know, man.
But at the same time, it's still interesting that the 86 movie still kills a lot of the animation actually happening.
That 86 movie is, I don't know. I could write a fucking college thesis on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I absolutely, that by far is my favorite piece of Transformers work.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
And it's
Prime is up
entirety.
there though.
Prime is a second.
Prime is
That
pretty
is
good.
that is a close second, because the storytelling, the character building, that show in itself was really good. And I didn't appreciate it when it first came out, so I had to watch it on a second go round. And
Dude,
man, Prime is dope.
The problem.
Dude, you tell me little story. Sorry, little story. It never was released in Germany quite right. It never went into cinemas. It went as a special on Saturday mornings. It was called Transformers Battle for Cybertron. That was it. We never had it as Transformers the movie. So I watched this on a Saturday morning, and I was hooked, but I didn't know. And later, and I was more of a conscious human being, I still remembered that drum beat from the theme, from the main theme.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first thing I ever bought off eBay, the old Rhino DVD. And I put this in the DVD player, and that fucking goosebumps, neck hair got up, man. I was in it, you know. And I watched the movie, and I knew this was the stuff I watched back as a kid, and that's when I was back in. And I got MP1, and also then Ironhide, and then I flashed it out to all this, you know. It was just crazy. It came over as a special, but it was the actual movie, and it aired once on German TV, and I actually watched it. So
it's the crazy thing to me, because like when I watch Star Wars: A New Hope, right, which is a movie that I grew up with, you know, I don't remember life before it, right?
Yeah.
And like when I watch that movie now as an adult, and I hear when Luke comes back from blowing up the Death Star, and he lands, and Leia's like, Luke, and Luke says, Carrie.
Whoa, what?
In my head, I'm like, man, they really botched that. You know, like in my head, I'm now a 40-year-old man watching Star Wars that I still love every fucking thread of, right? But there's something about that Transformers movie that, like, when I put that bitch in for all of its flaws, as soon as I press play and Unicron pops up, I'm 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a 40-year-old man scrutinizing it the way that I scrutinize everything at 40. I'm 5 years old, and I'm like, look at lights and colors and sounds.
You're excited.
That
You're excited.
opening sequence, like Bethany just she laughs at me sometimes when I watch that opening sequence. My jaw still drops every time I watch it.
Dude,
It is.
This little different thing. I was able to watch the first Terminator in cinemas when it got re-released for a short while with Terminator Genisys. I watched this movie.
It's a Genisys.
What do you say?
No, you were
Yeah,
You're good.
I mean, is it?
You ever tried the beer Guinness?
No, no. I don't know. I don't also get that joke, sadly. But I'm still honest about it. I mean, come on, give me props about that.
You ever have a Sega Genesis?
Y'all remember that song, I Can't Dance? It's from the band Genisys.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what was my favorite story of all time? Adam and Eve in the Book of Genesis.
I'm kind of sad I don't get those jokes. I actually
You're
don't
good,
understand.
Tim. You're good, Tim. You're good,
You're
Tim.
good, Tim.
Oh, good, man.
I wish I could understand that. At some point, I think, okay, my English is good, but then it falls short on me. You know.
I got news for
It's
you.
a dumb joke. That's why it's funny, but it doesn't make sense.
Your
Yeah.
English is far better than my German. I listen to Rammstein. I have no idea what they're saying.
Okay, but still, I mean, I know it's usually pronounced Genisys, but I heard it pronounced actually on American channels also as Genisys. I heard that sometimes. So, but I was able. Okay, but I was actually able to watch that movie, the first Terminator, in cinemas back then, and I watched this movie hundreds of times, but I was grinning ear to ear in cinemas when I saw all these sequences. You know, the movie from 1984. I was able to watch it in 2016 or something in the cinemas. So it's just the nostalgia, but being able to watch something like that. One of the top 3 you were actually able to watch that in cinemas is just.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They showed the 86 Transformer movie in the movie theater here. I think that was like almost 2 years ago, and we saw
it's when
it
they did the DVD re-release by
Yes.
Shout Factory when they showed that. Yeah,
that is that, and it hit the theaters, man, and it was a good time. The theater was packed. People were bringing their young kids. It just takes you back, man, and that opening sequence, like you guys said, was great. I remember showing my brother-in-law and my cousin the movie here at the house, and the first thing they took and ran with was in the year 2005, and this was only 2 years ago. So they was like, wait, 2005? What do you have us watching? So yeah, man, this is from 86, dude. Like they're just going into the future, man. Just run with it. Just relax.
Yeah.
I remember the day. I can still see everything around from that old 80s house where I was at my buddy's house. He was like, you know they killed Optimus Prime? They didn't kill Optimus Prime. You're crazy. We got the video. Come on, let's watch it. And he put it in. And it was like an hour and a half. And my whole young 5-year-old, 6-year-old mind was changed forever.
Yeah.
Damn.
When I think about the first draft where they wanted to kill off the Autobots was total Storm of the Light Brigade, like a canyon, and they were just shooting the shit.
Yeah, they were going ham.
Wow, that would be even way more traumatizing.
We never saw that shit. That's why it stuck 30 years later.
Yeah. So you want something to say? Sorry.
Hold on, Bobby.
I cried as a kid when fucking Optimus died. I fucking cried like a baby. Like that and Littlefoot's mom, I think. It's like the only 2 things. Like
I was gonna say. Who here cried when they watched Optimus Prime die?
Yeah, man, hard.
Nope, I didn't, man. And maybe it's because I saw the movie late, but I saw it when it hit VHS. I didn't watch it when it was in the movie theater. I was a little shocked. I'm like, there's no way. Like he's got to be coming back. But I so fell in love with Hot Rod as a character in that movie that I instantly forgot about and that's what they wanted. That's literally what they wanted.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted.
That's clearly what they wanted.
Oh yeah.
I fell in love with Hot Rod, and I was like, all right, okay, we got something going here. And ever since then, he's been my favorite Transformer. So I know people know that it felt like Bobby, and it was just like like they killed off all my characters. And that's because people grew tremendously with that set of characters for almost 4 years. I think it was almost 4 years, and now you just kill them all off in an instant. Like that was a lot. I can see that being traumatic.
And it changed the rules. Like that's like, you know what I mean? Because like Autobots and Decepticons took blaster shots to the chest all the time. You know what I mean? Like it just knocked them on their ass and they got back up.
Yep.
And when you watch those Decepticons storm that shuttle and they put holes in them and gears and like, smoke is coming out of Prowl's mouth, that's when I was like, what the fuck?
Like actually Hunk getting almost his full right size be blown off and lying on the floor, big clouds of smoke and everything from the back. That was
all of a sudden they seemed instantly more threatening. And even like I think it's like it's one of those things. I hate to keep drawing the comparison to Star Wars, but it's the same era, right? But like when you watch Revenge of the Sith, and you wrap that up, and then you go back and you watch A New Hope, and when Obi-Wan sees R2 and he goes, "Well, hello there," it feels different, right? And it's like the same thing with Transformers the movie. Is like after you saw that shit and you went back and watched like VHS recordings of like you know what I mean, episodes, you like all of a sudden when they were shooting at each other, it seemed more dangerous.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Really good.
But was there another character for you guys where you really were like, you know, open the floodgates, you were really crying? I got something special in mind, but I want to ask you guys first if you got another character from.
When they sent that dude away back into the woods, I can't keep it dry.
Who from what?
Harry and the Hendersons. When they sent
right.
Good call. That's heartbreaking. He's got to punch the dude. He's like, no, dude, I want to stay. He's like, you gotta go.
I love that. I love that has a strong emotional response. That's fucking awesome.
That movie was good. I don't know what's the rest of you guys. Eric, you got someone?
Like just movies that make you cry?
No, characters that were died off, and maybe not only Optimus Prime, or maybe also the guy from G.I. Joe here.
I got a bizarre one, I'll tell you. So I used to watch all the Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris flicks as a kid, right?
Okay.
And one of my favorites was Delta Force.
Oh yeah, Delta Force.
Where like these Beirut like terrorists hijack a plane. It's kind of fucking freaky. And you know, and today, but like one of the special forces guys was killed in that shit, and they like flew his body home at the end, and the dude's name was Bobby. And as a kid, I was like, fuck.
No, man, not Bobby.
I am.
Yeah, right.
And I think the movie that made me tear up a little bit, I don't think it was Top Gun. I think it was Iron Eagle.
Not necessarily movie, also character. Maybe a character. Also a different TV series or something.
Wasn't it the second Iron Eagle when Lou Gossett died?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
I don't think he died in the first one. I think it was the second because he was.
It was the second one. It was in the second one, and it was the second one, and he died. And I mean, Iron Eagle was basically just a Top Gun knockoff. Let's face it. But
Yeah.
it's the movie that I was able to watch. Huh?
Had the dude from Nigstown.
Yes. So I think it was that one. I was at that tender young age of like 12 going into 13, and I watched it and didn't know what was happening here, but I enjoyed that character because he was such a father figure for the main character. And me lacking a father as a kid, I was like, man, that's really jacked up. And I felt a little tear up. I didn't let it out because, you know, I was still trying to be tough at 13, but that was the one. That was the one that got me. As a kid, anyway.
Larry, what about you? You got one?
Circle back to me. I'm still thinking on that. What about you, Ant?
I'll tell you that cracks me up now, like that I can't watch now. It like period is Deep Impact. That movie's it fucks me up something terrible. Like when the female Tierra, whatever her name is, they go to like the beach with her father, and they like
rough scene, man.
And they look at the ocean as like the ocean crashes and kills them both. Like, dude, every time I'm like call my dad, like, you want to go to the beach?
I mean, as far as earlier when we were, I took my girls to see it, and I had my youngest. She was 6, sitting right next to me, and then it was my other daughter. And 10 minutes into that movie, when Paul Rudd runs back up to his, the house, and he sees his daughters all growing up, he's like, "You're so big." And my 6-year-old leaned over and she was like, "Dad, hold your shit together." Like, I was so proud, and it was just like the perfect moment with that. But yeah, that thing gets me quite often too.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Endgame still gets me, dude. Like, I don't sob like I did the first time watching that scene when Tony Stark, Iron Man died. But man, I mean, I'm in the movie theater. My wife's next to me. And we're holding hands all of a sudden.
Both of our
I'll get
hands
you all
just
the cheeseburgers you want, kid.
Hands getting
yo,
sweaty.
bro. Yeah, that too. That part right there, man. As a father, like I felt that, man. Like just I'm sacrificing myself for the world, knowing what I have at home, so I can make the world a better place, which includes my kid. Like that's tough. As a father, you get it, and to know that, like, his best friend in the whole entire world, who probably is her godfather at this point, is there to take care of her. And man, like it's so many real life situations going on that just went through my head, man. Like it still gets me in the heart to this day.
Like one character for me that it's kind of crazy. You guys remember the Green Mile?
Yeah, John Coffey. Yeah.
Dude, that one, like, dude, that was like crazy.
Yeah.
I tried to ball my eyes out, but it was sad as shit. So
yeah. Anthony, what about you? You got someone that's tearing you up, like Saturday morning cartoons, any series when you were a kid or anything?
Nah, I'm a machine, man. I don't cry.
Okay, then I'm gonna tell you mine. You know,
he's like Tracy Lords and Blade.
No, for real, like back in the day when Knight Rider was still running on the air, I was crying bitter tears when Kid was actually smashed to bits from season 3 to 4.
Oh wow!
When that fucking ram kind of tank with its extendable front ram like really smashed him to bits because his formula was all fucked up from the spray rain from those halts or anything. I was like kidding. I was legit running to my mom. Mom, they killed Kid.
Let me tell a story real quick. So, like, speaking of Marvel movies that made me well up, right? Like when Captain America says to Tony in Civil War, like, I'm sorry, Tony, but he's my friend.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, I was your friend too.
Yeah. But like that moment of like, that's what I fuck with about him in those movies, is that like his morality becomes subjective because he reached this point where he's like, at this, like, because of X, there's Y.
Yeah.
Like, and it supersedes any kind of moral. So I say all that to say that I'm in a union, right, as a mopper, and my union is just like any other union. There's people that they go for different roles, and I want to be the executive of the this, and I'm gonna be the this and whatever. And they come around and they try to get you, right. Well, one of my buddies is this guy Gary, and he was running for this position. There was another lady that was running for it, and let's say that her name was Tulip, right? We're just gonna say that for the sake of this conversation. And she came out to give her speech about why you should vote for her. So at the end of her speech, she was like, "So can I count on you for your vote?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, Tulip, but he's my friend."
Gary?
Good one.
And she didn't get it, but I told my buddy Gary, and he was
yes. Good stuff, man. That's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up. Yeah, man. That character is a very pivotal character. I'm sorry, Ann. Go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, just to backtrack, I was like, I wasn't always a machine, but when I see my mom cry, I can tear up. And it's 3 times in a theater she actually teared up. Is when Mufasa died in Lion King.
The king.
Also with you guys remember Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when Sean Connery was about to die?
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking at her like, what are you crying for? And like she just looked at me. So I started whining, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm crying over Sean Connery. This is James Bond. You're not gonna die. In the third movie is you guys ever see My Girl?
Oh yeah. The bee.
Yeah, when Macaulay Culkin got stung by all those bees.
Yeah.
I look over on the couch and my mom is just boo-hooing. And I was like, they killing Home Alone?
That's a good conversation, is when your parents cry.
Yeah. Yep. Been there.
Especially your dad. And you know, Eric, the very sad story. I know you can't relate, but that
No.
I'll tell you, I've only seen my dad cry one time, and it was my father's mother died, who was like the center of my world, and he didn't shed a fucking tear. I only saw him cry one time. He was walking out of Schindler's List, and he had this one sorry ass lonely tear.
It's like that GIF, that kid, that one tear rolling down.
The tear looked like it needed water. Like it was like,
Oh god.
That was probably a Hollywood tear, that Hollywood prop tear, that rubber one they glued here.
I looked up at him and he looked down at me and he just went like this. Sad movie. Look at this. Sad movie. And that was it.
You talk about machine. Your daddy was a machine, man.
That's all I ever saw was that little bit of emotion that one time. Sad movie.
That's what's up, man. I hope to meet your dad one day, man. He seems like a pretty cool dude.
He's an interesting character, man.
Yeah.
I second that for my dad.
The apple couldn't have fallen further from the tree.
Fair enough.
I'd say you can meet my dad, but I met him once and he's dead. So.
Oh man, you got dude. You guys need to change the whole pod.
Well, man, on that note, man, let's talk about another dead thing, man. Did you guys see the Mortal Kombat movie reboot reveal? You guys check that out?
Yeah, looks good. What I've seen so far looks good.
Is it fan made? I feel like people are telling me it's fan made, or maybe I had the wrong link. Or
no, it's official. It's even hitting official. On HBO Max.
Okay, all right.
Max. It looks good though. It looks good. It looks way better than them sequels that they put out. I tell you that.
That first one, man.
Well, them sequels are dated too. So.
The sequel had its appeal, I think.
No, they were nothing like the first one. It just seemed like they just went overboard, man.
Was it Annihilation? Wasn't that the only sequel?
No, there was another one. There was Annihilation and one other one.
No, it was just Annihilation.
Annihilation was the second one.
Yeah,
maybe I'm thinking about the series. I'm thinking about
it was bad enough to make you think there was two, but there
was a standalone series called Legacy that was a little based on the one trailer Kevin Tancharoen did with Reptile being this, I don't know, surgically done serial killer dude. Totally different, but the look was good enough that they greenlit Legacy.
Agreed.
Oh wait, you see that guy right there, the black guy who's playing Jax?
I don't see in color, man. But continue.
Isn't that the same dude who plays Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl?
I don't think so.
He looks a bit like it. I give you that.
Dude, that looks like him. And then he played Guardian or something like that. He just got the porn stash.
Dude, he kind of looks like the guy that was on Dexter almost, like back in the day.
I got it. Now I'm gonna have to go look that up on IMDb.
I'll tell you. We talked about it a bit on Nerd Rage, and I think the key to a Mortal Kombat movie is to not do the tournament.
Interesting.
Yeah, like do a Sub-Zero movie about like him and Scorpion and the Lin Q or whatever the fuck and all that.
That'd be a good one.
Like do a movie just on that. Do a movie just on Liu Kang. Do a movie just on Kung Lao, but don't do the tournament. And like the tournament needs to be endgame. Like you need to have 10 years of getting people to buy into this bullshit.
So you can actually have the fatalities be the end of it.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm in for that. If they do that, I'd be totally down. But they're not.
They're not. Yeah. Hell no.
The main problem on this to me is also they're not letting it revolve around the real characters. I mean, they have 500 fucking Mortal Kombat characters in all of those times, you know, and now we have someone called Cole Young that is an ancestor to someone from all these guys and is a MMA or UFC fighter, and it's a total new dude, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, but in the same token, like if you played the games, you read up on the games. Like I knew about Kung Lao, just never seen him.
Yeah,
since the first game. Like you find out about him.
When he popped up in that second one, it was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's on.
Oh yeah.
On and popping.
But that's almost to me like, okay, we're doing a Superman movie. There's this new Superman movie, and the movie is about this guy from the construction site, and he
was more like a Spider-Man movie, where they feel the need to re-explain the origins every single time, and
yeah,
into that, do it one-offs and build that shit up. But
yeah.
But not a totally different dude. Like I said, like someone from a construction site that friends with Clark Kent over 3 corners. I don't know, like what the hell? Cole Young. Who the fuck is Cole Young in Mortal Kombat? I'm sorry.
Pretty sure he's from Gears of War.
Kung Lao kind of stole Michael Jackson's hat swag. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yo,
with way low like that, like you can't see the eyes, like kind of stole
Yo,
it.
and I used to draw him like that too,
He
like
threw
all
it?
the time.
He threw it too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it came
He
back.
did.
Now
Yeah,
I
he
want to
looks like
see.
that
Now I
guy
want to
from
see a YouTube video with a smooth criminal sequence and put Kung Lao in it.
Yo, that would be fire. Tim, go ahead and draw that up. You got it. You got the skill.
Dude.
Like, or
Okay,
put
teacher.
Michael Jackson in MK11.
or that way around.
Dude, and he would do the little kick.
Moonwalk over your face for a fatality.
Dude.
When you went backwards, it was a moonwalk.
Or like he'll take his glove off and throw it at you or something.
Yeah, and when you block,
and he makes the little sound every time he flies.
And you could do one fatality would just be his coin toss, you know, to the side of the head from one ear to the other ear, and that's a fatality.
Oh,
Cling, 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 cling. Snake.
and when it was a fatality, and he gave his like little speech at the end of it, like they do now, it was all like Eddie Murphy lines from Delirious. Where he's like,
Oh my god.
what's your motherfucking problem, man?
Yeah, so Ed Boon, if you want to have a script for Michael Jackson Mortal Kombat 11, hit us up. You heard all the ideas in here.
Yeah, no shit.
right here, the nerd that's spoken, baby.
Oh my god.
I will moonwalk up and down your way.
Still by far one of the best stand-ups, man. One of
Dude,
the-
classic.
Raw and delirious.
Have you guys watched his remake of his last year's thing on Netflix? It's like
No.
they added additional scenes to his previous stand-up special that you watched.
No.
I don't trust it.
Mm-mm.
It just seems weird.
I saw the movie he did on Netflix, the Dolomite shit. That was great.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, this is his stand-up for I think 2019.
I would love to see that. Like, look, Raw is so underrated because of
Mhm.
Delirious. But that whole shit that he does in Raw with his dad being drunk and singing Motown lyrics wrong,
Oh yeah.
Oh man, come on, brother. That was
Yeah.
fantastic, man.
I can watch that shit. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go, Lillian. If you want to beg and plead to the symphony.
Classic, man. Classic. He's one of those guys, man, that's gonna go down in history as one of the best entertainers
There's no doubt.
ever graced the
Yeah,
stage.
hands down.
So
Yeah,
speaking of
but
him,
kinda went
speaking of
full
him,
circle. Like with Delirious and Raw, he's making fun of Bill Cosby. And then 15 years later, he turns into Bill Cosby, talking to animals and fat versions of himself shit.
He did that shit where he was talking to Richard Pryor about Bill.
Yes. Oh my God. You tell Bill to have a coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
yep, yep.
He was like, "Are you getting paid for it? Are you making motherfuckers laugh? Tell that motherfucker to suck my dick." Dude, like that dude. Like, the difference with Eddie Murphy and a lot of comedians, like, and there's few of like Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, like there's Dave Chappelle, like there's only a few, but like when you rise above the level of comedian and now you're a fucking icon.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know, that's different. It's the same thing with athletes, right? Like or musicians or whatever. Like there's a difference between being a star, being a mega star, and being a fucking icon.
That's a fact. Michael Jackson, Prince, they're iconic.
100.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
They bring something.
icon.
Yeah.
David Bowie is an icon. Like you know what I mean? LL Cool J is an icon. Like it's like
Mhm.
Jay-Z's an icon. Like there's it's just a different ball game.
You know, that's a good topic, man. And maybe
Jason, what about that? You were starting. Jason, what was it?
No, I was saying not one of the things I saw that isn't more iconic than seeing Bobby singing Prince.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I mean, I get loose, and
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
yeah.
So, what do you guys think about Oh, sorry, go.
No, I was just gonna say really quick. When it comes down to icons, and I think a lot of people, at some point in our lives, people used to throw that out very loosely and to define what an icon is. And to me, an icon is somebody who, like Bobby says, transcends all those levels, but also makes an impact on that genre that they're in. So much so that many people are aspiring to be that.
Yeah, and defines an era, right?
Yes.
Kind of like Tracy Lords.
Like
Dude, I went to school with her cousin.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm not a huge sports person, right? But like, I think that Floyd Mayweather might be the best technical boxer we've ever seen. But guess what? He's not an icon. But Mike Tyson is a fucking icon.
Yes.
You know, like it's like it's hard. It's hard to define it. It's just like it's bigger than the It's bigger than the sport. You know, like, you could never have seen a boxing match and you know who the fuck Mike Tyson is, and you're afraid of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
even now, people are still afraid of him.
I'm afraid of him.
Yeah, dude. Like you see the way he was still punching on Roy Jones. Like, come on, bro.
And he was backing off.
Whenever I see him talk and he starts to lose control, I'm afraid of him.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be honest with you. I don't like it one bit, and I'm like, oh.
He had a conversation with Lil Boosie, and I was like, oh, I'm scared for that brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jerry Springer security. I need help.
I was getting a little afraid when he was actually singing Phil Collins in Hangover.
Oh God.
Dude is like I don't know. It's like there's just certain people that are bigger than whatever they're a part of, and they define an era. They become part of the fabric of the time.
Yeah,
that's really it, right? Like you are ingrained in a space and time. Like God bless you if you can reach that status, but it takes more than just skill at it. You have to have that je ne sais quoi, right? Like
that factor. You gotta have it.
Yep.
That's also with Hulk Hogan. You don't need to be fluid in wrestling, but you know Hulk Hogan. You just know Hulk Hogan by now.
Hogan is an icon, no doubt.
That's also it.
I don't know shit about wrestling, and I know who the fuck Hulk Hogan is. I know he rips the shirt. I know the whole thing.
By now, also, I always like to take from Wrestle Talk, also a good YouTube channel. Rock the Dwayne Johnson. I mean, you know who he is.
That's a fact. He might not be the best actor in the world, but he is for sure an icon. And he has controlled a space for a large number of years.
Agreed.
Exactly. He never filled seats like Stone Cold. Just saying.
I don't know about that, man. No, I don't know about that. I do. I don't know. I think with the Attitude Era was still, and I think most people would agree who watch wrestling for a number of years from youth on up, the Attitude Era would never be duplicated because they had something that was iconic. That era in wrestling was iconic.
But I think the Attitude Era happened because of WCW and the NWO. The NWO and WCW kicked WWE to the curb. WWE needed to have their game changed, and essentially WCW changed that for them, because otherwise the Attitude Era would have never happened. They needed to change everything.
More than that, dude. It was more than that. But it was more than that. It was years of job-based characters, the Big Boss Man, Isaac Yankum, like Repo Man, all this shit, where it insulted our intelligence for the 12, 13-year-olds that we were. But then we got a little edgier. We were 15, we were 16. We didn't want to see that shit anymore.
Yeah,
and
they got to get rid of the
WWE was the catalyst of that shit that made WWE see, okay, we just do the same shit over and over and over again. We've got to switch it up. And when they did, they went edgier. They went Stone Cold. They went Val Venus. They went, just crazy with that shit. And it turned in a whole new audience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also true. Maybe they did it sooner than later due to the WCW. Maybe that
100%.
Yo, Ant, you were about to say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna tell Jeremy. Said Stone Cold selling out them seats. I was like, his best WrestleManias was all against The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for 1 second discounting Dwayne's contributions to the sport. I'm saying the person that put the butts in the seats, that pulled the most money, that had the most merchandise sale over the longest stretch. Neither of them had a long run. When Stone Cold was at the top, you're talking about 5-6 years. The Rock was even less. I'm saying for their contributions, you can't touch Stone Cold as a cultural icon. It's Stone Cold, then The Rock. The Rock's a bigger star now, but Stone Cold was a bigger wrestling superstar.
Yeah, Stone Cold defined the Attitude Era, but The Rock is just the icon in general, overall terms now.
Yeah. I think
getting me all worked up, man.
And so we can do our own Wrestle Talk combo later on. But I was like, everybody can relate to Stone Cold just for the simple fact that we all had a boss that we didn't like, and that was Stone Cold's like his persona. He was basically coming to work. He hated how the system was. He hated how his boss was. And he just took his own action. So it's like all the fans got behind him because they're like, well, you know what? I wish I can go to work and give a stunner to my boss or cuss him out and demand a raise and all that stuff. So it's like,
hold on, Tim. Hold on, Tim. Bobby been trying to say something for a minute. Go ahead, Bob.
Just that, like, as you guys are talking and I'm thinking about it, I think that maybe sometimes you need time. Like, you need time to really figure out who is an icon.
Yeah.
Like it needs to survive it. And like, even as I'm thinking about it, like, I'm listening to Jeremy talk, I'm like, he might be right. Like, The Rock may not be an icon, but he might be. But we might not be able to call that for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? But but then I was like, well, okay, well then who's a fighter in that kind of, like, aside from Mike Tyson, of course. I'm like, oh, fucking Bruce Lee is an icon.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Conor McGregor isn't.
It supersedes the genre. Everybody knows who he is. He's an inspiration for a number of things outside of what he's known for doing. Like,
right.
So like sometimes there might be some the truth or the nugget to what Jeremy might be getting at is that sometimes you may need a decade to pass before you can even call it.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I don't think Michael Jackson was an icon at the height of his. Maybe he was actually.
Yeah, he might have been.
He may have been about the exception to that rule.
He was walking into a room, motherfuckers just faint.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. He's probably about one of the only ones you knew instantly. It took Beyonce a minute.
James Brown.
Jay-Z a minute. It took James Brown a minute.
Martin Lawrence was saying that like he's the only person that's ever sold out a show in Budapest.
Yes, dude. Like,
or like
Russia.
But just walk into a room like, hey, how everybody doing?
Oh,
just from entering the room, like
that's his fatality. Like, everybody will faint around him. Like,
way to bring it back, Lowry. Good stuff. Well, guys, we got about a good hot 15 minutes left. You guys want to touch on some toy news, or you want to just get up out of here?
I'm on y'all time.
So we get up toy news.
We could go toy news. I'm enough for that.
There's one thing I wanted to mention. Some of you probably don't care about.
Godzilla.
You know we care about this. Come on,
Godzilla.
Did you guys see that this is coming out like a couple months early now?
Yeah, 2 months. They stepped that
I
up
was
2 months.
excited for you when I saw this.
What is it?
Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, nice.
It's going straight to HBO Max as well.
Now, is this the same Kong from Kong Island?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Look, there's something that has to be said about Warner Brothers, and I hate to hijack this shit again.
No, go ahead.
Bro. Do you think?
Look, here's what's special about HBO Max that nobody's talking about. Warner Brothers has been known historically as being the creator studio. It's why BVS was so offensive that they stepped in and made cuts. It's why Justice League was so offensive that they removed directors and replaced them with fucking hacks. That's what's offensive about it, is because Warner Brothers historically has been, oh, look, you can produce, you're a creator, we trust you. That's why we have penguins with fucking rockets strapped to their backs and fucking because they just trust their creators, right? Like, it's what makes them special. It's why fucking Nolan is with Warner Brothers. That's why, because he knows that it's a place that respects creators. And what's special about HBO Max is that they're just saying, look, we are going to survive this shit.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to survive it. And if that means us taking some loss on some money now and putting this shit out for people to enjoy it at a home platform, then that's what we're doing. Regal be damned.
And they know people will remember that. And
I mean,
I hope to an extent.
I mean, I got the thing is, Bobby, I'm usually with that on that one, but I think respect to the creators. I don't know. Maybe I mean they fired Zack Snyder during the time of the loss of his daughter. So respect for the creator.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes that so offensive, is because that's where they fucked up. Like that era is where they made some follies. That's where they misstepped. But I feel like this shit is a sign of them getting back on track.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see this, man. I just finished up Skull Island the other night. Phenomenal movie. The Godzilla movie, really well done. And to see them two titans clash, it's going to be one for the ages. So I'm interested to see how.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in too. I'm excited. In fact, I got hit up. What was it by BBTS today for what is it? The next Godzilla figure from Monster Arts. So.
Oh, you might buy that.
Yeah, he's a Monster Arts junkie over there. Get that plastic.
But I mean, in that short trailer bit, it looks pretty sick when Kong actually punches Godzilla on the mouth. I mean, that looks crazy good.
Like, you don't know who the bad guy is in this, which I love.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think they're both wrecking one another. So,
So wait, let's go around and say, who do we vote for? Who do we pull for?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, like in that fight, who do you pull for?
Yikes! Oh man,
I would say from an ego shooter kind of standpoint, Godzilla would have the edge. He has a long range weapon, you know.
No, so you're playing it tactically. I'm saying, who does your heart want?
Right. My heart wants King Kong to win. My heart wants King Kong to win. I feel like Kong is one of those misunderstood guys, one of those misunderstood characters. He don't want to be messed with. He keeps being messed with. So then when he fucks shit up finally, now it's like, oh, now we just need to leave him alone. Like I kind of feel like I can relate to that guy.
That's a good point. Good point.
I think you can make that point with Godzilla as well, though. To be fair,
you can.
Yeah,
but I'm with you. I want Kong to win just because I'm on some ape shit. But like,
you know, it's gonna be some crazy shit.
I just like some apes. But like, but like the if I had to, but I love them both, and I think that they're both like that's like I think that's the beauty of it. Like you said, trying to pick who is the hero there is very challenging. But yeah, I'm pulling for Kong. I think that tactically Godzilla has the edge.
Yep.
I don't know about that one necessarily, though.
I mean, he did. Kong just survived a fire, right? Like this dude just.
Well, he also got a lot bigger, dude. He's how many years that he's been around? I mean, just like Godzilla and all that.
Oh, so you're playing the experience angle.
But I mean, Godzilla's my dude, so is Kong. But God, it's a coin toss for me.
Man, you know you go off for Godzilla. That's your guy.
Well, no, both of them are, but yeah, it's a coin toss for me.
Yeah.
The question I have is, where are they going to battle? Is it going to be in the city, or is it going to be
the ocean? Isn't it
like over the ocean?
Apparently, an aircraft carrier.
So does one give one the advantage?
Right.
They both have some city experience, right? Because King Kong, like, you know, and Godzilla's kicking over the fake buildings and shit. Like, so that's it is a good point. Now that
it would make a difference if
fucking the city up.
If you're in the water, I mean, if you're anywhere around water, that's that's his turf.
See, that's a good point too.
Yep, that's his turf. But if you're in a jungle where this man is roamed, or this thing has roamed and has hidden and taken people out and come out, like that's his turf. And
so Kong has a jungle advantage. Godzilla has water advantage, but we don't know how they do in an urban environment because they both have some experience.
I'm rooting for Kong doing the Alien versus Predator move. You know, where the Celtic Predator takes the grid alien and just swings it around by the tail, doing all the pillars and shit. I want to see Kong grab the
Kong, that is.
See, I always think about the classic King Kong movie where he grabbed a T-Rex head and ripped the fucking jaw open.
Yeah.
Like I would love this. I would love to see that. I mean, I love Godzilla as well. Don't get me wrong.
I think they're both gonna beat the piss out of one another to be.
And then they team up to fight capitalism.
There you go. I was about to say that. They're gonna have a team up, and they probably gonna fight some unknown villain, man. And
that's how the fucking movies go. These like, who won in the fight of Godzilla versus King Kong? Pollution lost.
Right?
So that would be something interesting. They're both misunderstood towards each other, and then they're riling up against a common foe, like Tango and Cash.
I think they're gonna go against Mecha King Ghidorah. I think is what's gonna happen.
Pollution.
Yeah, good call.
He said more pollution.
More pollution. Yep.
Global warming is what they fight.
Yeah.
Maybe there's gonna be another franchise. They're going up against Captain Pollution from Captain Planet.
Oh my god.
And my dream would be if the Megazord and Dragonzord just showed up and whipped both of their ass.
Wow.
I don't know about that.
I got them teaming up and fucking them up.
Yeah. I want to see Gypsy Danger in there too. Hey,
Jaguar shows up, fuck them all up.
Like, far off the rails. Man. Get out
put them all there.
Pacific Rim stuff.
I love the idea of Kong ripping the fucking Power Rangers out of the Zords, and then it, like them, like Kong, like looking for them, and they're just on the ground doing. Shit.
That'd be funny as hell.
All right, so first up in toy news, man, we got a goodie coming out, man. I think it could be a goodie. Some of these initial photos look terrible, but this accessory pack and what it comes with could yield some promising results. So who's up for the X-Transbot Springer?
Not me.
Not me.
How much the accessory pack cost? $70.
So this is the deluxe set, and it looks like it does come with a couple of different faces. It has a
yellow face.
Yeah. I don't know what that is about.
Which one?
Good. The yellow faces. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird in itself.
I mean, the thing is, it says deluxe edition, but it is the edition. There's none other. There's only this.
Right. It's just this, and it comes with the World Blade, and at least it comes with a flight stand. I got to give them credit for that.
Yeah,
and it comes with 2 guns, man.
The G1 toy, did it have yellow face?
I think it did.
Could be.
I can't remember
because his face is green in the cartoon, right?
Right.
Yeah, but theirs went a little too green with theirs, so I get the yellow. But not
I'll allow
it. So I wonder if they're gonna do a playback to like some of the other characters from what's that one show they had like Ultra Magnus, Hot Rod, RC, and all them.
Yeah,
with, like, the human characters.
Almost human or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they showed 2 or 3 of those humans.
I seen Ultra Magnus in this one.
Yeah, and they didn't do the other 2. That's like, I don't know. Are they gonna put them with other figures, or I don't know?
It's an add-on pack. It's gonna cost more.
You're right.
The real figure on the desk looked better than these to me, where the color was a little less all over.
It did look better. It definitely looked better when it was on the desk. I'm in for this for the car mode, if the car mode is pulled off well, because I don't feel like any third-party company really got it right just yet.
I don't think any of them will be able to get it just right, though.
Yeah.
But that triple changer.
Like a limousine. It wasn't that thing was long as ever.
Them only showing this mode, I'm sure.
What'd you say, Bobby?
I'm just gonna say there's been so many Springers, it's
it's like 8 now.
MMC, Fans Toys, Unique Toys, X-Trans
Open and play.
Of course, how could I forget?
Oh my god.
Yo, like, let me tell you, dude. So I bought just Inferno, and I asked him how much was like the package deal on that open play because I needed an alt mode, right? He basically threw that in for free. He was like, here you go. Let's just get this out of here.
The pieces are broken. You can have it.
He's lucky. He's lucky I didn't know he had one. I'd have fucking been riding his ass about that shit.
I mean, that company is fucking funny. You get that stuff delivered in a bag, in a printed bag.
At least this came in a box. This one actually did come in a box in a clamshell. I think.
Yeah.
Galvatron actually came into in a bag with a grip and a Ziploc.
TFCon, I was like, "What is this? Like, did boxes get wet in shipping or something?" And then
Galvatron came in a bag.
Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. What else you got, Lowry?
All right. So I don't know if you guys saw this X-Transbots. They're continuing on with their Omnibots G1.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this?
It looks good.
I know nothing about the Omnibots.
So
Me neither.
Here's my issue with this, right? Is that like this looks good and I'm up for it and whatever, it's go for it. But like, I feel like right now is not the time for this bullshit. Like, I feel like we're in DEF CON 3. Like, we got to get the fucking ones that really matter first.
Yeah.
Like, stop fucking around.
Yeah. Like Runabout and Runamuck. They could have done Runabout and Runamuck, and that would be the thing.
Yeah, but in their defense, though, they did show a defensor, which I mean, you know what I mean? They're trying. They just need to wet the well a little more.
I heard the ladder to the fire truck cost $230 though.
So you better stop, bro.
But I feel like with the X-Transbots Defensor, I don't know. I feel like with the whole shenanigans with their mana, so I wouldn't see people being too interested in that. But on the other hand, I would say Tank Toys dropped the ball to really show Razor Claw, to show Headstrong, to show Predator King when people got fucked over by X-Transport. They could have really cashed in on that. Like, okay, here's our Predator King. Oh yeah, boom, everybody in, you know?
The pictures that I've been getting in my DMs of people trying to work through the transformation of that trailer is fucking great. I can do a whole video of just a slideshow of people's personal attempts to try to make that shit happen.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
you should do that.
I saw the review. I saw the review of the trailer at Ben's Collectibles, and it just looked to me like a bunch of cardboard boxes folded over each other, and they call it a base mold.
So I haven't watched Ben's Collectibles review, but I have watched these pictures that have slid up in my DMs, and that shit looks like a recycling plant.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And some engineering went in there. That is fucking. That's just nobody will ever use that base mode. No one ever.
Not even the base, just any of it. Like people like sending me pictures. Like, I'm putting this down for 75 minutes. I'm taking.
That's frustrating.
Damn.
Because it's too much of a mess.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I think that's a general consensus. I've been hearing that from a couple of different people too. It's just like, man, this thing is overly complicated, overly engineered, all because they felt like they put that base mode in there.
Yeah. I'm like if I get the opportunity to look at one, I'm gonna be like, look. There's a fair chance this bitch might not come back to you in the same condition it comes.
You're not getting that bag of one piece. Nope.
I just want you to be well aware.
Yeah. I actually got review samples. I might actually just return the review samples and be done with it, because quite right now I'm just not interested in that fuckery that Keith done. I'm like, no, I'm not standing for that. You know,
I always feel so guilty with breaking people's shit, but like I want to get to the point where I can just send back like a 4x6 photo of me doing this.
Sign it, you know,
like just not say anything, just send the picture back. So
I told you.
Open the box, you're like, fuck.
Send at your own risk.
Send it to him before the review's out. Say, be sure to check out this link where I break your shit.
Yeah, if I could just get rid of this conscious of mine, I'd be fine.
Oh my god.
What else we got, Lowry?
So I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I'm pretty sure everybody's blowing their minds with this shit.
Oh my god, I cannot wait.
So what do you think? What do you think of this MP Thundercracker, the new one that's coming out?
So let's hear the negative stuff first. Let's get that out the way first.
Okay, the negative, it's a seeker. Another one.
All right.
Dude, I think it looks like a bodybuilder that skipped leg day.
Bro, you just sat in the chat, bro. I died laughing. I was like, it just made me think about Jay-Z's verse where he said people skipping leg day so I can board the world. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got a big ass head for one.
What is up with that face? Like that super Monday already, huh?
That's the I just crop dusted Thundercracker look. Like, I mean,
yeah. Or munchies are out again, huh?
I believe the king of Wakanda said it best when he said, "I don't care."
Sounded like the king of Russia over there for a second.
Yeah, right.
Like if I would ever complete sneakers, I would go with Market Toys. I got the Market Toys Meteor, and I'm happy with that. I mean the transformation is fiddly with the nose bit always coming up of the C clip in the back of the head when you're starting with that, but that's a great fucking mold, and I don't see zero need for that. Sorry.
Apparently, there's some GameStop ship you can do with this, or you can get it for like $155. Like
PayPal. If you check out with PayPal, you can get it for like 180.
Yeah, so a lot of people look at that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care.
If I didn't already pay my deposit, with shout out to Nick the toy guy, I would do that. I would definitely do that. But I mean, I'm in on it, man. This thing looks good. It's painted well. It's for me. I'm a Toon Tickles kind of guy, and it hits all the notes that I've been looking for. Even though the Make Toys is good, there was some things about the head sculpts on those things is just
I agree.
a little too small.
I agree.
Are we calling it Make Toys now? Is that a thing? Is that what we're doing?
I've always called it that, man. I'm just sticking
Make
with
toys,
it.
Make Toys.
But then also, at least the ab crunch on this one, it won't break up the sculpt. So I can put the Make Toys into alt mode and feel perfectly fine with that.
I kind of want to put these. I kind of want to make a diorama of a gym and put these three in there, like bench pressing, squat, and everything else.
I think what would be a kick-ass diorama would actually be like maybe put the Market Toys in jet mode and put these guys in robot mode and have a translucent new age toy mid transformation in between those to have a real transformation kind of sequence. That would be something cool.
Why do we need the legends in there? With
I like a lot of money.
No, I mean, just for a translucent in between, you know.
Get the little things out of here.
Shout out to Wolf. He actually called this on one of our shows. He said he thought it was going to be October, and sure as shit. Well, that's what they're calling it. It's going to be October. But
yeah, he sure enough. He was money on that one, man.
Yeah, so you can get that on Skyward for January then.
Yeah, you know, I talked to Randy. He said the same thing. He said end of the year, probably January, and you'll get that last Seeker. And I think it's going to be around the same price because this one being $240, and I think Starscream was what $260, $264 or something like
$20 or $30 difference.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the Hot Toys.
See if I can pull this up. The link is acting weird. Watch, it's going to be like some like porn or something. No, it's not. Thank God. Go ahead and take this, Eric B.
Yo, so this is the Transmetals version of looks like Cheetor, and I don't know who this company is though. TransArts, a newer company on the scene. All right, exactly.
Bobby's like, watch my video.
Masquerading as someone else, but I mean, it looks good, man. I've never been a Beast Wars fan, but I do remember the fiction for this. And that Optimus Prime that had the feet that turned into a surfboard was dumb, but
that's also it's good that you say that. That's actually the same company that did the skateboard gorilla.
Yeah, yep,
the skateboard gorilla.
They sure did. So this doesn't look bad, man. Who's into Beast Wars on our show? I don't think pretty much anybody, right?
I was more or less into the cartoon back in the day, but I don't know. To me, in toy form, they just don't look great.
Yeah, they haven't been able to really pull them off.
They don't look great in cartoon form either.
Animation is hard to watch.
That's not a jab, like that's a really well written show, but it like dog shit, and like the character designs are dumb, like subjectively, of course, but like
technology.
It's just like it's one of those things like
lawnmower technology.
G1 is special because it was Japanese design with American storytelling. I mean, like Americans are pretty good at telling stories. Japanese are pretty good at character designs. Like it's like the match made in heaven. Like this was what Canadians I mean,
No wonder he loves it so much.
I'm sure they're good at something. Bacon. I don't know what it is. I like
Bacon.
Yeah. A really nice guy.
general manners. You know, I got Canadian buddies. They're very polite and friendly and all that shit. Like but like maybe character design is not necessarily their strength, and neither and neither is it necessarily the American strength. But the Japanese know how to do that shit.
Yeah, they pull it off very well, very well.
Dude, this pose kind of reminds me of like Voltron doing the blazing sword.
Yo, I can see that. That is good, and also that Megatron from the movie where he clapped his hands together and his pistol just appeared.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Dude, this even kind of looks like you could buy 5 more lions and fucking make something.
Dude, that you just said that the Megatron from the first Transformers movie where he formed that weapon, and it instead of they put in a Cybertronianized version of that sound, that they just went with pew.
Mm-hmm.
It just pew.
Pew, pew.
This tiger does. I mean, this cheetah does look good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeremy. I cut you off.
It was a bad joke. It was dumb. It's not even worth coming back around.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't mind the actual animal mode. It does look. It looks good. It looks good for what it is. I mean, the colors are a little wonky, but they were in the show. But
And it got blast effects. Blast effects is always a good thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking forward to somebody to send this one to Bobby so I can see the review because it's not coming in my house.
I gotta check with Robert.
Yeah, it's gonna be either me or Robert that grabs it, so it's a legend.
I don't know how deep he gets into the Beast Wars lore. He might call it quits after regular Beast Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this a legend scale, Lowry?
I'm pretty sure it is, because like the other legend one that they did not long ago was what, Arachnid or whatever her name was.
Oh, okay.
So
nice. What we got next?
all right, so continue on here. Oh, of course they don't have any.
Oh, these I want to check out. Wow, what's all this? I fully missed this.
Yeah,
wow.
They dropped this the other day.
Yep, this is the
So they're
magic
showing comparison and everything else.
Damn.
What do you guys think of this?
What is it?
For Menosaur?
This
is for the Menosaur for Magic Square.
So
I want to see that. I want to see that hard.
Whoa.
I was pre-ordered on this until New Age announced, and then I was like,
yeah,
I'll do that.
Yeah, New Age looks more cartoon accurate for their character models, but mine's is never going to see the light of day in those bot modes. I'm Menosaur.
Which one?
I'm getting the Magic Square, so it's going right into the Menosaur. It's going to be my permanent desk spot at work.
Dude, this face looks like he just sucked on like a sour grape or something.
Them eyes look terrible. They
don't
something's off about that.
Magic Square has to fix their materials before I buy anything from them.
That face looks like he was on the lower bed on the bunk bed, and someone ripped one's hard. Like
it's like he's getting ready to. It's like he's getting ready to star in the next Zoolander movie or something.
Yeah, also that. I mean, I want to really see both, but I don't know. I'm kind of currently favoring New Age toys too.
Mm.
Yeah, I got to see more of the New Age. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll just get both and have one at home, but one's definitely going to be on my desk at work.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on all the other Menosaurs. Why not this one, huh?
All right, so we got a couple more things, and then we're done for the night. So it's already 10 o'clock, 10:30. Shit. So did you see Super 7 and the Year of the Ultimates?
Nope.
Not interested at all.
I don't know.
Me neither.
What is
like
it?
for that?
So this is the Thundercats, some of the extra characters and stuff.
Oh yeah, so I'm thinking about going in on like 4 or 5 of their Thundercats. Like even though I think that Super 7 is kind of have not been able to keep up with the times in regard to figures, like I'm like, man, I feel like I'm kind of in this tough spot. Like I like Thundercats, grew up with them, you know what I mean? Like, but like, so I feel like my only options are get this or get the Iron Studios statue set, and I don't want.
Yeah.
And I don't want $1,000 like Thundercats.
Mm.
I like $200 like Thundercats. So if I can get fucking Lino, Cheetah, Tigra, Panther, like if I can get like the core cast on one little Billy shelf and be done with Thundercats, you know, at a couple, like $100, couple $100, like I think so. I'm in on these. I'm not in on this wave. Except is Puma in this wave? Because I think I'm in on her.
I don't think so.
But like I'm in on this little rough batch of core characters, and they do a Wily Cat and whatever the fucking kids and Snark.
Yeah.
I'll be in on them. I heard that they're not going to do them. That they've made a statement that they will not do them. But famous last words.
Yeah.
And in my experience, money seems to talk and bullshit seems to walk. So we'll see how that goes.
I feel also like if I would be interested in Thundercats, I wouldn't get them just for price alone. I mean, you guys, I believe, pay $50 already for one Super 7.
55.
When it's
like
over
that.
here, when it arrived over here, we will end up paying $70.
Yeah.
Caleb said that if
For
you
a
get
6-inch
there,
figure,
you can
no.
get them cheaper.
$70 for the figure or $350 for the fucking 1/10 statue, and like, and that's just of Lino, right? So Lino's at $250.
Yeah.
You know that puts me in a tough spot because I don't fuck with Thundercats that hard. Like you know what I mean? Like $350.
Well, I hope so.
Right, $350 is what I will spend on the whole fucking Thundercats collection.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to these figures, man, I echo Bobby's sentiments on this, where they just have not caught up with the times when it comes down to articulation. So for me, it's an easy out. As much as I love Thundercats, and as much as people bagged on the show as bad as they thought it was, I enjoyed it. And the same thing for their Ninja Turtles. I mean, I feel like NECA does a much better job as far as articulation. Now, mind you, not all NECA figures are
well, it's like better plastics or articulation, like what you would argue.
You want. And for
I mean, you can always wait.
Though there's also the sculpt. Like, I mean, NECA does the sculpt. The plastics are not the best, but the sculpt is there. I can put it on my shelf, and it's just is working. But I just can't. This is why I didn't go in on the He-Man line. I mean, the articulation is just not there for me.
Like the origins or which?
The ones that the Maddie collectors and the Super 7 ones that's supposed to have been on the way. Like
Gotcha.
I think that the NECA and Super 7 and McFarlane Toys, honestly, are like three companies that are very comparable and seem to kind of suffer from not being able to keep up.
Yeah,
good point. I mean, McFarlane now stepped it up pretty much. Sorry, Jason. McFarlane stepped it up a little bit, because when I first had the Doomslayer, he was like really bad, but the Marauder was way better. So they really improved.
They have definitely stepped it up, but they just put a Damian Wayne up for fucking pre-order, and that motherfucker's 7 inches tall.
Wow.
Like, he doesn't understand. He doesn't. Todd McFarlane doesn't understand.
No.
That's a fact, dude. That's a fact. Whoa, that metal head looks sweet, though.
It looks cool.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think I picked that one up.
That's the only thing good about the Super 7. Like, I hear some folks knocking them sometimes, but to me, the Super 7, they just bring back, and I think I heard Randy talking about this a couple of episodes back, but it's just the nostalgia. So with the Turtles, they're bringing back, or they're upscaling the old Playmate figures that we had back when we were kids. So like I'm actually cherry picking from the line, because I'm picking up the actual figures that I had when I was 8, 9 years old. Same thing with those Thundercats. The only thing I don't like about the Thundercats is just a simple fact that they need to, like Bobby said, they need to stick to like the core wave of the Thundercats. Like they're bringing out all these extra characters before they even get the main cast out. So, and then too, they come out every quarter or so, if not longer. So it's going to take you like almost 3 years or so just to get the primary cast. And it's like, at that point, you're like, oh, I didn't sold them all off. I just kept Lino.
Well, and they're still pre-orders only, right? They're only taking orders to make. They're not just making a general release with the Thunder.
Right. Yep.
And to be fair, like, you might be underselling them a little bit. Like not just nostalgia. Like they nail the sculpts of that nostalgia. They nail the paint of that nostalgia. Like they do a lot. Like they do a lot right. It's just like when they fucking started finding their rhythm, right, with Masters of the Universe Classics, their shit was competing with everything that was out of the time. The problem is that Hasbro and Figuarts and all these import companies and Mezco in the States and everybody has kind of evolved and haven't. They've kind of been like, no, we're still good though. We're still good. But the problem is when you're charging $45 for something that's still good, it's like, yeah, well, it is still good, but your $45 product can't fuck with this $20 product.
Exactly. Anytime a Marvel Legend figure has more articulation and just about the same amount of paint apps as a $50 figure coming from a Super 7, that's a problem.
Super 7 is nailing the sculpts. They're nailing the paint. They're nailing accessories. They're nailing packaging. Like
packaging.
It feels like something special. But then you get it out and you fuck with it and you're like, oh, this is actually still kind of antiquated compared to, you know.
That's always so interesting to see to me when I just get on that license real quick. Is Super 7 got the NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, for those that are not fluent with it. And Storm Collectibles got a portion of that too, because they did Yushin Thunder Liger. Licenses are a very interesting thing.
Agreed.
Hey, that stuff does look good though. You got to give them credit for that.
Dude, I thought that one picture was funny with Raphael like just checking out April around the corner.
Yeah, that was
cool. Booty, like,
he was for sure a creeper.
Like, whoa.
Good stuff.
All right, so continuing on. See if this link is all right. So did you guys see this Duke? No, I know it's GI, but you see this Duke repaint. What do you guys think of this?
They take his freckles away too.
I heard.
Did they paint his eyes straight? Unlike Scarlet, like last time, they gave her lazy.
These new repaints is they're trying to go away from the bright colors of the video game, apparently, the mobile game and the video game, and actually give you more of a retro look, retro nostalgic look. So they're darkening things up, and bringing you back to the retro, even though it's an updated modern figure, which I like, man. I like the darker colors. I just seen the snake eyes today too, where they took the red dot from over his head. Hindu snake eyes, and then turned it into like a more nostalgic color snake eyes. So I mean, I'm for it. I'm not in on any of these myself, but I get it. It's appealing to a different group of people. And if you missed them on the first go round, scalpers to be damned, you get this on the second go round.
Yeah, well, I think that's what it is, right? It's an easy money grab. Like you have people, the figures are in demand because of the distribution's been fucked. So you have that, and then you can tone down the colors and say this is the cartoon version, and then you get a whole different, people doubling up and all sorts of shit. So it's good money, smart money, right?
Yep. Whatever it takes to keep the boat afloat.
I don't need to replace mine. I'll tell you that. Like I had the originals, and I haven't seen any here that I'm like, oh yeah, this is so superior that I
totally agree. I totally agree. Nothing new. Nothing new. Like just some small things taken off. And what were you saying?
So I was gonna say if they really wanted to sell them off, they do the new color scheme and just add new accessories with them also.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a different head sculpt.
Jason, you got it.
Yeah,
you said
we said it the same time. Yeah, we both said.
Good stuff. Yo, this thing
did you guys see the She-Hulk?
Yeah. It looks good. I would be interested if it was like her superhero suit. But I'm not interested in the I'm breaking out of my pants.
Yo, like not for nothing though, Bobby. This kind of reminds me of Laura. A gag gift for her, bro. You gotta get this as a gag gift for her.
Yeah, that's not the part of her pants she breaks out of.
like that look right there with the long flowy hair. Like you could just say this is her after a long day of yoga, man. Go ahead and get this for her. Oh man. Yo, I'm looking forward to that show too, dude. I want to see the comedy aspect of this show. And this is her.
I still don't know.
Is she a Sith Lord now? What is going on? So with the Maz.
Yeah.
Whoa, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry for real.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one, I mean, it looks good. It looks good. It's just not. It's just like costume wise, it's not my.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a recolor, right?
Thing.
Just a brighter color than the original release, which is a darker green.
No, I thought it was a different color green, like a lighter green or something.
It was almost a grayish color.
Yeah, it was like a dark green, man. This is really deep right here.
Yeah,
it's like a lighter color.
This is more like comic than.
More like the comic and the cartoon too. The Hulk cartoon, which is on Tubi TV.
Right? I wonder if they're putting this out now, so that way when the show comes out, they're going to drop a figure of her, just use this mold.
Probably.
Just change the head out.
Good point.
It's like Instagram model She-Hulk.
Right. And last thing tonight. So, did you see the price hikes for Hasbro?
No.
The 6-inch lines are going to go up in 2021.
$3.
This is to be expected. I mean, we know with everything that's going on right now, things are slowly creeping up. Heck, our company just raised their in the door price for diagnosis checks by $5, by $4 rather. So things are going up, man. People got to pay these bills, and what better way to get these bills paid than pass them on to the consumer?
Yeah.
Well, if you're buying them from GameStop, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're already selling them for that price.
They're already there. Yep. But I was reading in this article, and they made an interesting point that even if Hasbro goes up on these prices, stores like Walmart and Target, who buy so many of them, they get a discount anyway, may not pass this cost on to the consumer because they buy so much, which would be awesome for us, right? Now, will that happen? Who knows? But I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I'd rather pay the extra $3 to make sure they keep releasing the cool shit they've been dumping out the last year, though.
That's the thing is like they've been so good recently. Like, like the Black Series is operating at a level that's unprecedented. Their Legends have been better than ever. Like, their Transformers have been better than ever. I hear. The G.I. Joe Classified is fucking fantastic.
Phenomenal line.
Yeah, like, it's just like I hear people praising their Power Rangers. Like everything they're producing in the action figure spectrum seems to be operating at a very high frequency. So if that costs more money, then that's kind of what I've been preaching the whole time. Like I'm willing to pay for quality.
Yeah, man. That's a good point. Well, guys, with that, this is a good place to go ahead and wrap it up. So let's go around the yard here, get some shout outs from where you're at, and get about this joint. So let's start with Mr. Anthony Lewis. Let's go, Louis. What you got?
All right. Well, once again, thanks for the invite, fellas. It was a fun night. If you guys want to see more or hear more or just like looking at my pretty face, head on over to Instagram. Check out Louis07. And you can also catch me on Facebook, Anthony Lewis. Like I said, look for the pretty dude with the beard. And catch up some inspirational quotes and some good action figure photography. And that's about it.
Yo, that's what's up. Tim, what about you, buddy? Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Tim K's Nerd Crate. You can find me on Facebook, TimK81, or at Tim K's Nerd Crate. Twitter at Crate Nerd, Instagram at _nerd_crate. So yeah, hit me up on YouTube if you want to hear me talk weird German gibberish.
That's right.
Good stuff, Tim. Good stuff. Jeremy B.
What's up, guys? You can find me on Facebook, Jeremy Bennett. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and all that shit too, but I never use it, so there's no point in going to look for me. Check me out every other Wednesday afternoon with my fanny pack on Sam Mead's OnlyFans channel for the after show.
Nice.
This week we've got a special guest with Mr. Wolfenstein himself. That's right.
I'm sorry that he wasn't here tonight, man. I missed him.
Mr. Candy.
Yeah, he was having Nebraska after dark internet problems.
Call back from last week. I watched
Oh man, good stuff, Jeremy. Good stuff.
right.
No, thank you guys for having me on. Good time as always. Appreciate it. And let's go to Bobby, I guess.
Yes, sir. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Skullface, where can we find you?
You can find me in your girls' DMs, especially
I knew it.
looking for that post-COVID threesome. And that's about it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
again.
Thanks for being here. Let's go to Lowry. What you got?
You can find me here with you fellas every Thursday. Coming up Thursday. You can pretty much find me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever else is Jason Lowry. You can probably find me on LinkedIn.
Yes,
That's a long job.
That's fucked up, but it's funny.
Yo, remember what Chadwick said? Get this man a shield. Let's get that man a job.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, find me here with you guys. Be sure to check out the Total Package podcast on Thursday. My wife is on there. Some of the other ladies are on there from the realm, so check that out. Be able to check out Bobby and his podcasts, and I'm pretty sure Eric is going to turn around and we'll go over them here in a second.
Yeah, and look, and fuck all that. If you're down for the threesome and I haven't hit you up, slide in my DMs too. I want to.
That's right. Ooh, maybe that's a new OnlyFans we can create.
Oh,
I'll film it. Look,
But,
I'm not King Kong, but I'm comfortable in the locker room.
yeah, right. Oh man.
Oh man.
But dude, it's fun tonight. Bobby, thank you again for popping on, brother. Love
Thank
you.
you for having me.
It's definitely dude, you've been getting at me and some of us to get at doing this stuff for quite a few years, and finally we're doing it. So thank you for pushing.
No worries, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, Eric B, what about you?
Yo, you can find me, your boy Eric B, in your Facebook groups, Eric and Siobhan Burgess. You can also find me on Instagram, where I do my toy photography, Mr._EDub82. You can find my wife, myself, and our board doing our best to bridge the gap between sickle cell research and care at Kennedy's Village on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, you can go on our website, check out things that we're doing. My wife does a blog there. We also do little instructional videos or little blogs and essays in regards to things that's going on in the world of sickle cell as well. On our website, kennedysvillage.org. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our special guests tonight. Thank you for joining us, Anthony, Tim, Jeremy B, and also Mr. Skullface himself. It's been a blast, guys. This is probably one of the most fun shows that I've been on. I mean, we had some really good, deep conversations, which we love to do here on the show, and try to bring something different to the sphere of the nerdom and the fandom. You can check us out every Thursday here on YouTube, where I think we release at 6 o'clock in the morning, Lowry. So it's
6 a.m. every morning, every Thursday.
Yep, you can get up in the morning, brush your teeth, and put us in your ears, and hopefully we'll tickle that thing for you. So with that, guys, also check out our friends around in the sphere. We got the Realm of Collectors, ETR, Breaking the Mold, also Nerd Life Syndicate. Is it Nerd Life Syndicate? Nerd Syndicate. That's it. Sorry, that's a new show on the Realm of Collectors podcast every Friday nights, where you can see Sam, Maya, Rustamus, and also Rob as they take over Friday nights. And then check out Bobby Skullface's channel, Nerd Rage Radio. You can also check out his reviews, as well as one of my favorite shows that he does, Sit Down Saturday, where you get into the deep topics of everything collection.
Get in deep with Bobby.
And if you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out. Get on that shit.
Definitely. Get on the Patreon. I mean, for all the bonus content, especially one of my favorite shows, Wine and Cheese, where him and Laura sit down and have very introspective conversations.
So some real tea is coming on Friday on Wine and Cheese.
Oh shit! Can't wait.
Can't wait. Some good stuff, man. But I think with that, guys, the nerds have spoken, and we are out of here. Peace.
Peace out.
See you next
Pickle.
week. See ya.